What on earth is Gazoo Racing? Gazoo Racing is a spirit. The spirit of pushing one's limits. It's more than just a badge, a symbol, or a poster on a wall. Gazoo Racing is Kaizen of competitiveness. It's the rubber hitting the road again and again and again. Fine-tuned on the world's most demanding racetracks. Powered not just by all forms of energy, but also by our passion to accelerate, exhilarate, elevate the Toyota mandate of making ever better cars. Moving not just people, but the human spirit forward. This is our spirit. This is Gazoo Racing.
Toyota. Move your world.
It starts with a belief, a mission, a desire to rise through every challenge with our sights aimed at the sky. We're pushing the limits in the never-ending race towards ever better. Every lap is a discovery of what it takes to accelerate our capabilities. And we're not slowing down. We evolved to satisfy that calling from within. To get the adrenaline racing. To bring extraordinary to the everyday. Take on the exhilaration. New Vios GR Sport. Built to thrill.
Package received. Whoa, this thing's fast. Target in sight. The beast here. 5, 4.
Nice work, guys.
I'm gonna need some new tires.
And good morning, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome to the live stream. My name is Nick. Alongside with me is Victor. We are going to be serving as your casters today, and we are coming to you live from the Sepang International Circuit North Loop. We do hope each and every one of you are pretty much enjoying your Sunday evening, your Sunday morning, excuse me, and we do hope that you have no plans whatsoever, because we have 3 big races for you up to be displayed, and of course we do have some performances and a lot of little tidbits in between to fill up that time. How are you doing, Victor?
Yeah, I'm doing well. Today we're going to be seeing a continuation of the races that started yesterday. Of course, being round 1 of the season, you expect that things will start off with a bang, don't you?
Yeah.
So yeah, today we're going to be seeing a lot on the track here, hopefully. But do want to say it's been a huge honor for to be here because, you know, TGR has been running for 5 seasons in a row, and today, being in season 6, is getting bigger and grander, it seems, every single year. So if you guys are watching at home, make sure you guys should share the live stream out, because in the past 5 years of running the Toyota Gazoo Racing Vios Challenge, we've been able to have 15 million viewers come in. So I think we want to have a lot more people, a lot more eyeballs on this thing, because there's a lot of excitement, a lot of things to be excited about here on this weekend.
15 million across close to 6 years of running, and it has been a tremendous effort from everyone involved here, from the organization up to the execution, and of course from all of you at home watching and those of you in attendance. We would like to thank you tremendously for your support and for you just showing up here and just having some good fun with us. Of course, we are all about the race. We are all about having these fantastic moments presented to you. So for all of you guys that are in attendance, check out your smartphones. If you are at home, make sure to follow us on all of our Toyota Gazoo Racing Malaysia social media platforms, excuse me. And we do hope that for those of you who watched from yesterday till today, it is going to be a fantastic day of racing. We have so many updates up in line for every one of you, and we do hope that you will be very informed in terms of what the comings and goings of each and every one of these races. So to recap quite quickly before we go into our scheduled ceremony that is going to go underway on the track in a bit, it has been a very interesting day of races yesterday. We had some really good qualifyings, rather uneventful. Of course, Brendan Paul unable to break the curse that what happened yesterday, that we will cover a little bit more. But of course, we're going to go see what is up on the track with Nas, and whether or not he'll just give us a little bit of information on what is underway. Over to you, Nas.
Alright, there's a message with problem with audio, so I've actually got 2 microphones right here, so you can pick up which one you want. So as you can see, all the cars are lined up already, and now we wait the arrival of Takashi Obata-san, the Deputy Chairman of Toyota Motors. And also we have Dato Ravindran K, who will be officiating. All our races are going to be here as well. Super Sporting, Sporting Promotional, as well as Rookie Class of 2023. Dan kita akan mulakan upacara pelancaran kita sedikit masa lagi. Of course, it's the opening of Season 6. This is round 1. Jadi kita kena buka dengan sesuatu yang gah, insyaAllah. So we shall see all the cars having a flag off right here at Sepang International Circuit. Good luck to all our races from all 4 classifications as we go into Season 6. It has been a interesting race day one. Lots of thrills and spills, and we shall see what happens today on race day two as we go reverse grid, and let's see who will be coming out on top. So we're preparing things right here. I think our VIPs are already standing by. We shall begin the ceremony in just a few moments. Meanwhile, it's back to you guys watching from the air-conditioned room where you are. I don't envy you guys, but then again, here's where the fun is. It's bright here under the sun. It's time to move the world right here on Sepang International Circuit. Back to you guys.
Perfectly done there. Very wonderful intro from the man with the plan, the hostess with the mostest, Naz. And I feel like it has been a very, very interesting past few days. Weather has been rather cooperative, but then again, the unpredictability of weather does put a bit of a wrench in terms of the planning for a lot of our drivers. Isn't that right, Victor?
I mean, it's all about having to adapt to the situation, right? I mean, again, you can never predict everything with 100% accuracy, so you kind of have to have stipulations for what to do in whatever situation comes to mind. So that's why, the pit crews here are always diligently prepared for every scenario that could happen, so that when they know exactly what the conditions will be on track, they will be able to adjust the cars accordingly. So we alluded to the fact that, a lot of things are fun for the audience at home, but then for the drivers who are competing in this competition, it's a lot of hard work going on, behind the scenes, particularly because the stakes are very, very high for this competition. I want to remind you guys that the prize pool for this competition is 1 million ringgit, with the top prize being able to take 70,000 ringgit outright if they become the overall champion. So for a lot of these drivers, this is an extremely big prize. It's the biggest motorsport prize pool in the last 5 years. So it's no wonder that all the professional drivers, some of the best drivers in Malaysia, are all congregated into this one league here because they're all vying for that top prize.
And definitely that top prize will definitely be strong in terms of funding our drivers, in terms of their training, in terms of their preparations. I'm really excited to see who is going to be able to get closer and closer towards that grand prize. And of course, bragging rights is definitely going to be a big part of our races as well, of our races' wishes to maintain dominance. And there we go, Nasrul there addressing the crowd, getting ready to hype up the crowd, already pointing out towards everybody, waving towards some of the members of the public, and we can see already some members already are rather early in already.
Wow,
it's going to take some time for everybody to come in, though.
And again, you know what they say, right? Early bird takes the worm, and definitely a lot of early birds coming in here from the public today. And I do want to remind you guys actually at home that, the track is open to the public. You can actually come here and meet your favorite drivers, your favorite celebrity drivers as well. We're all here, and we're basically all here for you guys. Yeah. So in any case, when it comes to the season 6, there's a lot of new things coming around this way, particularly new teams and new drivers entering the competition this year. So for the promotional class, for example, we've got 5 new celebrity drivers joining the familiar ranks of Zizan Razak, Ahirin Ahiruddin, Ain Edrus, as well as Shukri Yahya. We also have 6 new drivers in the rookie class. The sporting class as well have seen a couple new teams, as well as a whole new fresh lineup of faces. And all of these guys are just here because, this is the most prestigious motorsport event right now in Malaysia when it comes to touring cars. And it's no surprise that some of the best, some of the legends in the sport even, are all vying for a place here amongst the grid in the Toyota Gazoo Racing Series.
As we can see here, a lot of the drivers now getting moving towards the track, getting ready to be in front of their respective vehicles for the flag-off ceremony and the opening ceremony, excuse me. As we can see some of the staff members, some picture opportunities from our drivers here. Big smiles from everyone involved. And we can see that the excitement is definitely palpable in terms of the drivers getting themselves involved with some of the members of the public and of course the Toyota staff that are present as well.
Yeah, one thing I love about this competition series is the fact that you have a mix of veterans, of legends, together with a lot of new young blood. And particularly, when we talk about season 5, the unexpected overall champion with super sporting class, Hayden Haikal, is he's a really, really young driver, and he's even able to go toe to toe against some legends like Tengku Jan, like William Ho, and these guys, give them a run for their money. So it just goes to show that, this competition, the spirit of competition really does bring out the best, when it comes to these drivers here. And what I really hope to see is the seasons progress is that, the drivers are improving over this time and getting even more skills and making things a lot more exciting for us all at home.
All right, we are going to be gearing up for our first agenda of today, which is going to be the national anthem, the Negaraku. So do be prepared to stand up and sing your hearts out for the national anthem.
Terima kasih para hadirin sekalian. This is Gazoo Racing. First and foremost, sekali lagi Assalamualaikum dan selamat pagi diucapkan kepada dip-dip kehormat kita, to our VIP guests and also to our super fans. Tidak lupakan warga kerja Toyota. Dipersilakan untuk bersiap siaga untuk upacara pelancaran kita sedikit masa lagi. Now ladies and gentlemen, we would also like to invite UMWT Deputy Chairman Tagashi Obata-san and UMWT President Dato' Ravindran K, as well as friends and guests from Toyota Motor Asia Pacific to the track for our great moment and an official launching ceremony. Ladies and gentlemen, apa kata Rakyat Malaysia? Let's give a warm welcome to our friends and guests from Toyota Motor Asia Pacific. Welcome to Malaysia.
And there we have it. Some members of the Toyota Asia Corporation Asia Pacific leg, are going to be present here. Definitely, some of them getting not only their first ever Malaysian racing experience, but also an introduction to Malaysian food as well. I would reckon. Definitely enjoying their walkabout, getting very familiar with the track itself. Of course, the heat is definitely going to be permeating up as everybody is going to be exploring not only the track itself, but getting to know some of the drivers, getting to know some of the drivers as well.
Yeah, you can see Zizan Razak is just all full high spirits today. I mean, fresh off of his win in race 1 yesterday, he's feeling very confident, I think, of his chances when it comes to race 2. And given a level of experience he's gained over the seasons competing in TGR, I'm expecting a lot that Zizan will be bringing a lot of excitement and entertainment for us all when we get to the races. But it's also great to see, the Toyota, UMW Toyota is continuing to provide their support here to the local motorsport scene by continuing running the Toyota Gazoo Racing for 6 seasons in a row now. I mean, it's really important to underscore how important this effort is really in helping to build the progress of motorsports in Malaysia. And with the amount of eyeballs that comes onto this event, it's a supreme way to introduce the Malaysian public to the excitement that is motorsports racing here in Sepang.
All right, we saw some of our female drivers from the promotional class there getting a photo opportunity. Everyone looking fantastic and ready to go. And we do see that there are going to be some group photo opportunities. So if some of
ladies
you
and
are
gentlemen,
available,
we would like to take this moment right here for an honorary moment of silence kepada para hadirin sekalian. Ladies and gentlemen, today we mourn the loss of a great leader, Shoichiro Toyoda-san, Toyota Motor Corporation Honorary Chairman, had left us on 14th of February at the age of 97. Toyoda-san was a great supporter of our region, and his legacy and contribution can be felt across the countries until today. And so, ladies and gentlemen, let's observe this moment of silence for Toyoda-san and also the thousands of victims of the Turkey and Syria earthquake. We shall begin now. Life is too precious, ladies and gentlemen. Warga kerja Toyota Motor Corporation, kokoro kara okuyami moishigaimasu. From Malaysians, our sincere condolences. Make Toyota-san proud today, ladies and gentlemen, as we help move the world together. Soichiro-san represented the passion and spirit of a great Toyota leader, and we carry on that spirit through Toyota Gazoo Racing. So, dear racers, let's keep on racing. Let's keep on pushing the limits, because this is Gazoo Racing. Let's make Toyota-san proud of his legacy. We kick off Season 6 of Toyota Gazoo Racing Festival. Ladies and gentlemen, we introduce our racers from Super Sporting, Sporting Class, Promotional, and Rookie Class. Let's invite them to the A-boards. Meanwhile, to our dear VIPs, we'd like to invite you to a spot of shade over on that side.
And that was a beautiful and a somber start towards our processions today. Now on the ground doing some coverage as well, and most importantly allowing representatives from Toyota to witness our drivers get to their respective vehicles. And of course, we would like to extend our personal well wishes towards everybody that have lost their lives in the Turkey and Syria earthquake. We do hope that for all that are involved to be safe and sound. And of course, our biggest honors towards Shoichiro Toyoda, the Toyota Motor Corporation Honorary Chairman.
Yeah, hearts go out to the families of all of those involved in what is probably one of the biggest natural tragedies in recent memory. So it is with that in mind that we continue to celebrate life, I suppose, in the best way possible, and also to celebrate the life and legacy of Soichiro Toyoda, who has contributed a lot to the growth of Toyota in Asia. And the fact that we have such a huge presence for Toyota in this region, and just racing using Toyota cars here, is all proof of how much Soichiro has contributed really to the growth of the brand in this region. So hearts go out to everyone to that, and the only thing we can do is continue to push on and move forward. So with that said and done, now I think all the drivers now are just getting themselves prepped up and ready, just greeting all of our VIPs here. It is thanks to the efforts of everyone involved in UMW Toyota that these drivers have the opportunity to race here, and naturally we're all very thankful for what UMW Toyota has accomplished here today.
And as we can see already, some photo opportunities before our drivers get ready. Some of the faces already getting ready, very spirited indeed, with all of them preparing up and ready to go. One more final touches from some of our members in the promotional classes as well. And of course, big spirits from everyone involved, as we know that everyone is gearing to race and get the day underway.
Indeed. So, I mean, it's with having run this for 5 seasons now, it's great to see that not only do we have our familiar faces, but we're constantly growing the family of drivers who are competing year after year. And it's also great to kind of like keep track of a lot of these stories, because a lot of these drivers, they have their own backgrounds, they have very different starting points really, but the fact that we're all able to congregate here in this one place where just being able to have a seat at the table here just goes to show that you have what it takes really as a driver to demonstrate that you have the capability to experience success here in whatever field of motorsport. And really, all these drivers here are all hopeful to be able to continue that success here in this series, and I'm all for it. The support from the community is just at an all-time high. Not only the drivers, but even the crews, the mechanics, the team managers, everyone involved in this effort here. It's just great to see that everyone's able to come together for one singular goal.
And that's the perfect way to start the day, as we do see that our esteemed guests as well as the racers. They're getting as many photo opportunities as they can. Big smiles, big claps all around from everyone involved. As we can see that, yes, the current track is dense with many bodies of people. However, that similar density or crowd of people may not remain the same, as it is going to be a relatively empty track except for the vehicles involved.
It's funny you say empty because, like, as far as I can see, it's pretty full, isn't
Oh,
it?
it's going to be very full indeed. And I think I want to touch on a little fact that in terms of the growth of Toyota Gazoo Racing racer rosters, we're seeing fantastic growth. And with that being said, a lot of the newer faces as well, not only are they here to test themselves, but are very much excited to just be a part of this growing family. And we do hope that from those of you at home who are watching, who knows, in the future you may be a part of the race.
Yeah, I mean, it's a perfect opportunity actually to talk about this rookie program that UNW Toyota has been doing through the Toyota with Gazoo Racing here. So the Young Talent Development Program has been running since 2020, and it's seen so far 12 very talented young racers between the ages of 14 to 20 successfully making the transition from karting all the way to driving real-life touring cars like this. So it's great to see that we're continuing like this way.
Festival di Sepang International Circuit Ngam Ho. Hari ini race day 2. Kepada anda yang baru saja bersama kita di livestream ini, kita bakal menyaksikan 4 klasifikasi berlomba untuk melihat siapa yang akan menjuarai pusingan yang pertama di season atau musim yang ke-6 ini. Buat masa sekarang, apa yang kita dapat lihat di sini? Kita dapat lihat guys-guys kita sudah pun tak sabar untuk bergambar dengan jentera-jentera dan juga racer-racersnya daripada semua klasifikasi, semua berada di sini. Dan kita mulakan grid walk kita dengan BMW management dahulu, ya. Let's let the members of management to have the grid walk first and get first dibs with all our racers, all our drivers as well. Jangan khawatir, selepas ini kita akan berikan peluang kepada anda, para penonton, para superfans, untuk datang ke Lita Sepang International Circuit ini. Bukan selalu kita dapat peluang untuk berjalan di Lita yang penuh bersejarah ini. Jadi ambillah peluang ini to take a walkabout on the track itself and take pictures, capture these moments with your favorite drivers. Kita saksikan gelagak-gelagak mereka. Ladies and gentlemen, just a friendly reminder, the public grid walk will begin at 11:05 a.m. So you've got about another 10 minutes for this grid walk session to happen. Inshallah, we can do it concurrently as well, yeah? We have a little racer. Ohayou gozaimasu. Good morning. Are you ready to race? Are you going to be racing? No? Too sleepy to race. Gambade, you can do it. Is he sleepy? Is he sleepy? He doesn't like me talking to him. Oh, sumimasen. This one is cuter. Hi. Ohayou gozaimasu. Ohayou gozaimasu. Oh, he's so cute. Oh, he's so cute. Oh my goodness. It's nice to see families come here on Sepang International Circuit to enjoy a bit of good old-fashioned racing with our stock Vios GRS right here. These babies have been racing for 6 seasons already. Here in season 6, we've got new drivers, new faces. And of course, hopefully these new faces will give our veterans a run for their money here on season 6 of Toyota Gazoo Racing Festival.
Ladies and gentlemen, we do hope that you got some exciting moments on screen. We are going to be just walking about, getting to know some of our drivers here. As you can see, I think that's Rahim, if I'm not mistaken, getting ready, getting pumped, getting excited.
Yeah, with her interest as an actress and a model here, you know, it's definitely a lot of fans that want to come out onto the track here to meet and get a photo op with her. Even the marshal is getting in on the action too as well. So that's great to see that, you know, that's the thing, like everyone is excited to be here really to meet and greet with their favorite drivers that they're fans of or their favorite celebrities who are here, and as well just to kind of soak in the ambience that is unique here in Sepang.
Yeah, as we can see already, I think this is a very intimate and close moment for a lot of our drivers to get to know some of the staff as well as some of the members of the public that are going to be taking some pictures. Izan Razak there, pictured with some of the members from Toyota.
Yeah, it was Ravindran, CEO of Toyota Malaysia here. And it's obviously he is very, very proud of what Toyota has done here with the Toyota Gazoo Racing brand, really elevating it to a whole other level, you know, year after year. But as well as the professional drivers who comprise some of the main competition here, the main source of excitement really for a lot of the races we have here. They themselves have been putting up a good show every single time we're out on the track here. We always guarantee to have something happen. Either it's going to be some sort of drama or it's just amazing stand-up performances during these races, and it's all possible because of what we have here. Really, a great racing series, a fantastic use of the Vios platform, and really gearing everything up to make this one motorsport event to be remembered for the ages.
Yeah, definitely, definitely event to be remembered. As of course, this is round number 1 of season 6. One of the best ways to open up the year of 2023. We've had a pretty arduous journey getting here, especially with 2 years of the pandemic. And it's great to see more people on the track. And it's as though it never even happened a few years ago.
Yeah, but it's kind of you know, speaking of the pandemic is what led us essentially to take the Sepang North track as our home here, pretty much for TGR. But I think especially a lot of the racers who has been with us since season 1 will be raring to have a return back to the street tracks that the Gazoo Racing initially started with. And it will be interesting to see where this sport will move on forward from here, because I feel the possibilities are pretty endless at this point, because with restrictions being lifted, with more and more people getting engaged and enthusiastic about motorsport itself, it seems like the time might be ripe for a continued expansion of what the Toyota Gazoo Racing series brings to the Malaysian motorsport world.
We do see some members of Laser Motor Racing on the track as well. Trying to get in a little bit of prep work. Kujan Lei, big smiles, big thumbs up from the man himself.
Yep, a 3-time champion of the super sporting class, looking to try to cement his legacy here by chasing yet another championship here today, and we'll see if that's going to be able to play out the way it expects. But even our celebrity drivers as well are raring to make a name for themselves, particularly our 5 new celebrity drivers joining in have certainly impressed us with some of their performances in their debut this season, and we're hoping to see that they will continue to grow as well as the season progresses.
Yeah, the growth is definitely something to take note of. The fact that it's getting very, very much populated on the track here, as we do see that Alistair Young, big smiles there, definitely giving a bit of love taps towards his vehicle there. Alistair Young was definitely had a bit of a struggle yesterday. Heard some talks about his ABS failure during that moment. And I feel that with regards to that, though, he did show his experience and his mettle. Hefni Sahad there.
Yeah. Saha looking very, very Brian just having good conversation right now with the camera. Unfortunately, can't quite hear what he's saying, but it seems like he's very enthusiastic about it. But Hefni, not too bad actually during the promotional race yesterday. I'd love to see whether or not he'll be able to chase for a podium, because I think that with a little bit of improvement to his pace, he can certainly start to tangle it up with the front runners here. I mean, very much Zizan, Raza, and Shukri are representing some of the biggest gatekeepers of excellence in the promotional class, and it does take quite a lot of effort really for these celebrity drivers to be able to match their performance, but then again, that's what they're all here for. They're here to learn from the very best.
Not only he was one of some of the standouts as well, despite it being his first ever promotional race, but also Ezrin Loy, if I'm not mistaken, from the promotional class as well, had a very strong showing yesterday. Almost getting into the top 5. Almost getting into the podium. However, was stopped in his tracks, if not mistaken, by either Ahrin Ahridin or Shukri Yahya yesterday with his performance. So, despite the fact that it is his first ever promotional race here at Toyota Gazoo Racing Vios Challenge, he did show his preparation and ability to be able to stand with the best of them.
Yeah, I mean, actually, as Ezrin Loy finished on the podium, he was 3rd place in race number 1.
3rd place.
Yeah, and an amazing performance because he was already qualifying very, very well before race number 1. So I think I'm pegging him to see whether or not he'll be able to do a repeat again in race number 2. Because if he does nail a 2nd podium in a row, chances are, he probably could try to chase for a win here on his rookie season in the promotional class. So that would be a really exciting development, especially for all you Ezrin Loy fans out there, of which I know they are numerous indeed. But certainly, with the way the promotional class is going, it's very much still, I feel, the Zizan Raza and Shukri Yahya show. Because if you saw the battle that they had all race long yesterday, I mean, these guys are just going to continue to butt heads yet again, season after season. And looks like the storyline will continue into season 6 right now.
Some of these rivalries have opened up various rivalries, and some of the rivalries stem from season 1, as we can see. So we do believe that maybe these rivalries will be put at an end with season 6. But if I were to know something for sure, whenever there's an end to a rivalry, a new one begins. And that could be the case for a lot of our drivers here, considering that the level of competition not only is increasing, but also the progression and skill of each and every one of our drivers.
But this boy has become a man. Bukan dia janggut, dia dah ada misai. Suara dia dah lebih garau. Tapi dia juga seorang rider, and this time driver right here on this track. So peminat-peminat Ezrin Loy, please do come down car 97 untuk bergambar dengan beliau. Siapa lagi kita ada? Yang lain semua menilik. Mana yang lain? Cewa hati dia. Abang Zizan Razak kita. Of course, race 1 telah unggul He just won his first race for season 6, round number 1. Tengok, Abang Zizan ni, dia nak ambil gambar dengan fans tapi dia sibuk dengan kereta dia. Kereta dia kena cantik. Tu dia, tengok. Nak kena kilat lagi. Semuanya bagus. Tapi jangan lupa, Zizan Razak adalah seorang pelakon dan ini adalah lakonan semata-mata. Zan. Boleh tak kita cerita sikit tunggu Superfest sampai sini kan? Tahniah di atas kemenangan pertama anda. Nampaknya persaingan sambung semula daripada musim lepas. Semalam dia cocok ke 0.3 saat dia beza bro.
Ya, dia dipanggil unfinished business.
Unfinished business. Jadi sekarang ni saya nampak semuanya sama rata kan. Tapi lepas kemenangan pertama ni dah letak balance kat dalam.
Ya, ada balas dah. Saya nampak keberatan tu luar biasa. So hari ni saya kena pertimbangkan secara pemanduan, braking mungkin saya akan tukar style, driving style akan tukar dan mungkin saya akan tukar engine juga 1.8.
Dan juga strategi reverse grid ni. Lain cerita, apa cerita?
Reverse grid mungkin kita boleh reverse psychology. Ya.
Ya, kalau nak buat reverse psychology, jangan cakap kuat-kuat. Syukri dengarlah tu, dia kat sana je. Dia dah macam reverse psychology. Tu dia. Tu. Oh, dia tengah sign autograph. So tak apa, dia tak dengar. Shh.
Apa dia? Dia tak faham English.
Oh yeah, yes, I'm sorry. That is the importance of English education. Kau ajar kita untuk dia betul-betul kat sana je. Okay, Zizan. Looks like the ball is in your court. All the best for race 2. Let's go. Sekarang ni kita tengok siapa lagi. Okay, nanti kita tanya Syukri Yahya apakah balasannya. Betul ke tak boleh cakap English betul-betul? Janganlah macam tu kan. Cakap English tak boleh cakap English. Tak ada kena-mengena dengan prestasi di atas Lita Sepang F1 ini. Jadi kat sini antara lain yang kita nak interview, nak cerita-cerita sikit. Siapa di sini? Okay, kat sini kita ada kereta-kereta rookies kita. Kita ada salah seorang rookie yang baru saja join kita. Dekat sebelah sini kita ada Encik Nazmir Azlan, one of the 3 Azlan brothers. Lambai-lambai sikit. Flying kiss sikit. Puyo! Muda-muda pun dah start macam ni kan. Jaga-jaga. Okay, jaga-jaga. Yang ini pula sim racer kita Yazid Razak. Wah. Nak bertanya, is this your memanglah pernah masuk track kan? Tapi predominantly anda training dengan simulator, betul?
Ya, betul.
Dah berapa lama dah berkecimpung dalam dunia ni?
Almost 4 tahun lah, 4 tahun.
4 tahun Tapi kalau untuk muda dia cakap 4 tahun macam dah begitu lama macam tu. 4 tahun, wow lama betul begitu. Jadi macam mana dengan prestasi anda race day 1? Adakah anda puas hati? Dan apakah ekspektasi untuk race day 2 hari ni?
Ya, race 1 agak berpuas hati. Tapi mestilah kita aim lagi tinggi untuk race 2 kan. So insyaAllah kita cuba yang terbaik lah.
Macam tu je, itu dia jawapan selamat yang diberikan oleh Encik Yazid Razak. At least umur dia dah cukup untuk dikeluar misai dengan janggut. Ada di antara racers kita, misai dengan janggut pun tak ada lagi kan. Jadi Yazid, good luck. Best of luck, our rookies, class of 2023. Alright, siapa lagi akan... Toyota Gazoo Racing ni kita ada family legacy. Here's another legacy guy, Mr. Hayden Haikal, superstar Toyota Gazoo Racing kita sejak beberapa musim yang lalu. Dan kali ini, I understand you've got some family members joining as well. Your 2 brothers are right here competing in sporting class. What are your thoughts?
No, I only have 1 brother.
Oh, sorry. 1 brother ni, tiba-tiba tambah 2 pula kan?
Yeah, so, first time driving with my brother and, he's not doing too bad. He finished 10th on his first race, so I think he did better than me during my first race, so yeah.
Ya ke? Okay, Hayden Haikal ni sebenarnya seorang yang sangat pemalu, banyak rendah diri. Look, we know you were the champion of rookie class, you were the champion of sporting class, and now it's your 3rd season in super sporting, right? So how do you feel about the step up in terms of the quality of racing, from sporting class to super sporting? There's a big jump right there.
Yeah, definitely the mentality is different, and because, super sporting, everyone's like, less than a second away. Yeah, it's very competitive, and yeah, you just have to stay strong, and, consistency is key in this category. So, yeah, we'll see how.
Sampai we see how. Also, what we see in super sporting is the development of teams, right? So there's a lot of strategy involved. So Axel Motorsports, I know you guys got your strategy upset. So best of luck, all right? Ladies and gentlemen, Hayden Haikal, cool and confident on the road, on track, and on TV as well. Cool, man. Let's take a look at who else we can kacau. Sementara itu, we're still inviting members of the public to come on down right here for your public grid walk session and capture this moment with your favorite drivers. Yeah, so we've got all 4 classes of drivers right here. Kalau kita tengok kat sini. Poo. All right, straight all the way down. And of course, you can take pictures with the Umbrella Girls who are here as well. Thank you to our sponsors who have consistently supported Toyota Gazoo Racing Festival throughout the seasons. Thank you so very much from the bottom of our hearts. We are motorsports fans, we are petrol heads, and we appreciate all the sponsors that we can get. Meanwhile, it's back to the casters. Over to you guys. Sementara itu, let's enjoy the rest of the public grid walk.
And thank you very much, Nazrul, for your wonderful insights and, of course, getting some of the interviews. I would like to highlight Zizan Razak's reverse grid, reverse psychology strategy. I do believe that is the most underrated strategy out there.
Literally, my headset fell off when I heard that because, oh my god, I love it. And Zizan's always the entertainer here, but you know, he's right. You know, sometimes reverse races are like a change in sort of like the mindset you go into the race, because you know it's very different from starting in the front, which Zizan did in race number 1. This time around, he's gonna have to chase a lot of drivers in order to be able to just secure the win. But another point that's going to be challenging for him is that Shukri is going to be starting in front of him, so it's going to be Shukri who will be defending against Zizan here. And if one thing that will be really exciting to see is whether or not Shukri will be able to snatch the win away in race number 2 from Zizan, because that will certainly set up a very heated rivalry during season 6 here for the promotional class, I expect.
I think that's definitely observational comedy there, and with a little bit of commentary behind it as well. There is some truth behind the reverse psychology joke that he made. So what belies comedy definitely shows a strong understanding of competition from Zizan Raza, despite the fact that he did poke a little bit of fun towards Nazrul with that reverse psychology bit.
I mean, he's won here 4 times, you know, so he kind of knows what he's doing behind the wheel. But so has Shukri as well, and that's a really interesting thing about both of these drivers, you know, because they both have slightly different backgrounds, but they still, you know, are both really talented actors, very entertaining people to be around in general. But then once they go on the track, you know, they can be vicious drivers, you know. Year after year, and I think season 6 is going to be kind of a culmination of all those experiences both of these drivers have taken and just bring to another level when we get to this season of racing.
And I agree with that entirely here, Victor. From the standpoint of the commentary team, from the commentary table, I do think that a lot of what we have observed here has run along the lines of consistency and, of course, the hard practice and the hard hours being put in by our respective drivers here as they are getting ready to race out. I do like the fact that there's that one marshal in the orange or tan jumpsuit taking advantage of this open grid moment to get as many pictures as he can with all the racers as well as the promotional drivers as well. So
if there was ever a prize to be given for who are the biggest fans of motorsports in this world, I've got to give it to the marshals, man, because for one thing, you know, being a marshal in motorsports is basically a volunteer position. You know, these guys take the time out of their lives to come and be part of the officiating crew as well as the safety crew for these racetracks, and they do it out of their love for the motorsport. So it's no surprise to see marshals as well getting in the thick of the action with the public, because, you know, if anything, they are the backbone of what makes this sport really great in essence.
All right, some of the ladies there getting their pictures taken as well, as we can see already ready to go. Big very animated characters there, not only from the celebrities but also from some of the members of the public as well.
Indeed, it's a it's a celebration when we come into events like this, because it's not every day that you're going to be able to call Sepang your home or like your second home really, and a lot of these drivers definitely feel at home whenever they're behind the wheel here on track, and it's also part of the way these drivers handle stress, by being able to bring out their personalities out here while in the public. It really helps a lot to kind of drive their own inner motivation to even do better when it comes to these races, and to see the level of support that the fans are able to provide for them. It just adds even more to the spirit of competition that these drivers experience whenever they're out racing these laps.
And as you can see already, even Susan Raza. Oh, it just as I was about. Okay, there might be a little bit of a problem here. And then a little bit of friendly banter here between Susan Razak.
And the fans just cheering in the background.
But then, of course, they had that brief little moment to just give a little bit of laughter to some of the fans there. And I guess it's for all good and fun there. A little bit of banter doesn't hurt anybody here between the promotional drivers as well. So that's going to be at least a moment that is going to be, how to say, burnt in time here for some of our lucky members of the public.
Again, it's only doing sessions like these that you get to literally be physical against the other drivers, because if they do that during the race, that's immediately a ticket to race control, isn't it?
Exactly, and it's going to be a long and lengthy discussion with race control for sure, especially when with regards with bodying somebody with their vehicle for sure. So that's going to be something that we do hope is not going to be the case, but then again, we can only hope for the best in terms of no particular vehicles getting bodied in this situation. But judging from yesterday's opening race in the super sporting class, we do know that that is only with regards to just wishing for the best. At the end of the day, some of these things cannot be avoided. However, we do have to give props to us, all the members of the race staff involved, to make sure that our environment is safe and no one is hurt. We are clearing out the track just so those at home are wondering what's happening. Why is there so much movement on track? Because we are getting ready for flag off.
Yep, we're going to be clearing out the track, and the drivers will be doing a parade around the North Circuit to celebrate the opening of Season 6 here of the Toyota Gazoo Racing Vios Challenge. And it's going to be a great day for racing, for sure. A lot of unpredictable things could happen. I mean, again, whenever you put all these cars out on track, anything is bound to happen, really. And it's also one thing I love to shout out as well is the efforts from these pit crews and mechanics to ensure that they are building these beautiful race machines and ensuring that they are able to be raced with drivers able to drive their hearts out, basically, lap after lap, round after round, and it's all due to the efforts that works behind the scenes. But nevertheless, though, as we wait for the track to clear out completely, we'll be able to have a nice little look at all of the Vios racing cars that currently represent some of the best right now in Malaysia when it comes to the motorsport world, but also a true testament to the strength of the Toyota and what they have been doing to grow this motorsport community.
And as we can see already, the very densely populated track right now being emptied out. Only the vehicles will be left behind, and of course, within those vehicles, the drivers as well, as they're getting ready for that opening parade. Flag off is about to go underway, and we do hope that each and every one of you in attendance will be able to get a clear view of what's to come.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's going to be a lot of things that will be running through these drivers' minds, especially when it comes to race 2. Because for one, the reverse grid, as Zizan Razak had alluded to, definitely means that there's a lot more work to be done, especially for those who have won their first races yesterday. Because, with the reverse grid format, it's going to be more of a test of how well you're able to race against other people. Because it's one thing, to be a fast qualifier, to be able to take pole position and to to lead the race from start to finish, but it's a whole other skill set really when you're starting from the back of the grid. Like Tengku Jan, if you remember from Season 5 in Round 2, you know, he had unfortunately had a DNF, and the next race though, he started from the back of the grid, was still able to fight all the way to the front, and that's truly a testament to the legendary skills that the Prince of Drift is able to do. And it's these kind of standout performances that all of our drivers in TGR are all aiming to be able to emulate.
All right. We do hope that each and every one of you are ready, and we are going to go over to Naz now.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for spending time with us on track for the official grid session that just happened. We'd like to, one last time, invite everyone to please clear the track. Safety first, then we'll have fun second. And right now, we're about to flag off our opening ceremony. We'd like to invite once again Obata-san and Dato' Ravi to the starting line to flag off and officiate the opening of Season 6 Toyota Gazoo Racing Festival. This is Gazoo Racing. Once again, inviting Obata-san and Dato' Ravi for the flag off. All right, we'd like to request Mr. Nikilim to assist in the flag-off ceremony. All right, the flag has been unfurled. We have Obata-san and Dato' Ravi approaching the flag-off area. And for those of you who are watching at home, you are witnessing history. Season 6. Round 1 has just begun here at Sepang International Circuit. This is the official flag off, and we'll have Obata-san and Dato' Ravi ready to flag off our riders. We'd like to invite the cameraman to take a step over on this side. Over on this side as well, as we flag off our riders. As you can see, our riders are already on standby. Very good. Gentlemen, start revving your engines. Obata-san, Dato' Ravi, we're ready to flag off on the count of 3, 2, 1. This is Gazoo Racing! We officially flag off Season 6 of Toyota Gazoo Racing Festival! What a beautiful sight, ladies and gentlemen. Toyota Gazoo Racing cars lining up and off they go on the track. Thank you very much, Obata-san. Thank you, Dato' Ravi. We've officially flagged off Season 6 of Toyota Gazoo Racing Festival. We're going to take a quick break right here on track. Meanwhile, it's over to the casters if they're ready, if they're actually taking a break as well. So what we're going to do is, we are going to go for a quick break. Jangan ke mana-mana, dalam 10 minit lagi, we're going to kick off Race Day 2. Are you ready? This is Gazoo Racing.
Just what on earth is Gazoo Racing? Gazoo Racing is a spirit. The spirit of pushing one's limits. It's more than just a badge, a symbol, or a poster on the wall. Gazoo Racing is Kaizen of competitiveness. It's the rubber hitting the road again and again and again. Fine-tuned on the world's most demanding racetracks. Powered not just by all forms of energy, but also by our passion to accelerate, exhilarate, elevate the Toyota mandate of making ever better cars. Moving not just people, but the human spirit forward. This is our spirit. This is Gazoo Racing.
Toyota. Move your world.
Ready, team. We have 5 and counting. If we don't make it, everything goes boom.
Package on the move.
Release the beast.
ETA 1 Mike. Standing by. Ready to receive. Package acquired. Inbound. 1 click.
Oh no! Watch out!
That was a close call.
3 minutes to target. Let's burn! Beyond you in 5. It's going to be too close.
It's not over yet.
Clock's ticking. Punching.
Package received.
Whoa, this thing's fast.
Target in sight. The beasts are here. 5, 4.
Now! Nice work, guys.
I'm gonna need some new tires.
一言で言いますと家族的でプロフェッショナルなチーム、モータースポーツを起点にしたね、もっといい車作りで、プロフェッショナルといわば私のような一般ドライバーが一緒になってですね、モータースポーツを起点にしたいい車作りをやるチームと思っていただければいいです。発表と同時に、こういうモータースポーツの場で、車を鍛えるというのがこのルーキーレーシング GR ヤリスのミッションだったと思います。で、壊して限界を知り、そこを強くして、そしてまた新たなネックが出てきた時にそれをまた強くしようと。水素エンジンを登場させ、やはり環境に優しいモータースポーツのやり方は一体何かというのを提案したいと思います。今回の水素エンジンは初めからモータースポーツのど真ん中の中に入れ込んで開発をやっていく、電気自動車のレースというのもいいんですけれども、我々自動車業界550万人の人たちが長年培ってきたこのエンジンというものも活用しながらモータースポーツが持続的かつプラクティカルにつながるような一つの提案が24時間を皮切りにルーキーレーシングとトヨタ自動車が皆さんにご提供できていくんじゃないのかなと思います。
水素エンジンというのはガソリンに代わって水素をタンクに溜めてそれを燃料にしてガソリンのエンジンのようにエンジンでそれを燃やしてエネルギーを取り出して走っていくと。
トヨタは水素といえば FCEV 未来を出してますから、水素でもう車って走ってるじゃんって思う人も多いと思うんです。
未来はですね、同じように水素を燃料エネルギーにしてるんですけど、水素を使って発電してるんですね。だからエンジンは実はないんですよ。でも今回の車はエンジンがあって燃料が水素になってるだけなんですね。今まであったエンジンをそのまんま使いながら燃料をカーボンニュートラルなものに変えられるということは、ガソリン車を最初に出しておいて後々置き換えていくっていうことだってできるようになるかもしれない。だから車の作り方が変わっていくと思ってるんですよ。そういう未来の扉を今開けようとしてる感じです。
水素ってこうエコっていうイメージがやっぱあるんで、
見せた方がいいかもしれない。見せた方がいいかもしれない。カーボンニュートラルにおける挑戦の旅が始まりました。このカーボンニュートラル時代において一つの選択肢に絞るわけではなく、いろんな今まで培ってきた技術をベースにした 内燃機関をもカーボンニュートラルに生き残り、かつ発展させる方法があるんではないかと。敵は炭素であり内燃機関ではない、こうした意志ある情熱と行動により、10年後20年後の未来の姿が変わってくると思います。一戦一戦積み重ねることによってこうして仲間が増えていること、カーボンニュートラルは共感で動くべき。いろんな方々がいろんな思いを持ってここに賛同してくれてます。水素エンジンにおける2年目の挑戦、昨年よりも距離を伸ばしました。余分に走った分だけ我々水素社会の未来に我々の情熱と行動でつなぐ立ったことです。レッティームジャンプ。If we move this kind of activities, if we continue this kind of activities, all the people feel the same feelings, then everybody come to the one team, then we can make our future together.
Passion fuels actions, honing skills to precision, fine-tuning even the smallest details to push the limits of their performance in the pursuit of perfection. Toyota Tour, where champions swing into action.
Toyota. Move your world.
Toyo Tires.
Blue is the heart that yearns to explore. Blue is the pull of the unknown. Blue is the fire that burns inside. Wake up your blue with our tires. Ignite your blue.
Toyo Tires.
It starts with a belief, a mission, a desire to rise through every challenge with our sights aimed at the sky. We're pushing the limits in the never-ending race towards ever better. Every lap is a discovery of what it takes to accelerate our capabilities. And we're not slowing down. We evolved to satisfy that calling from within. To get the adrenaline racing. To bring extraordinary to the everyday. Take on the exhilaration. New Vios GR Sport. Built to thrill.
Hey Shukri, how was the ride?
Best! Handling dia best. Dah rasa macam dalam kereta lumba.
Oh, awesome. Let's take the opportunity to introduce this car to our viewers.
Kereta ni nampak lebih sporty kan? Cuba tengok. Tapi sebenarnya, dia telah disuntik dengan DNA Toyota Gazoo Racing di dalam. Desain GR Sport pada bahagian bumper depan, grill dan aero kit membuatkan kereta ni nampak lebih agresif. Penggunaan lampu LED depan membuatkan dia kelihatan lebih sleek dan ditambah pula dengan daytime running light membuatkan kereta ni nampak lebih garang. Ia juga didatangkan dengan wing mirror dan door handle berwarna hitam bagi menyerlahkan lagi imej sporty pada kereta ini. Di bahagian belakangnya pula, kombinasi lampu LED yang kelihatan lebih sleek dan didatangkan pula dengan spoiler dan aero kit berwarna hitam dan untuk menjadikan satu kereta sport yang lengkap, yang ini mahal. Emblem GR Sport diletakkan pada kereta ini untuk menyerlahkan lagi identiti kereta ini. Jadi, kini anda memiliki peluang untuk memiliki model kereta Toyota Gazoo Racing milik anda sendiri. Secara keseluruhan, untuk design language model Vios GR Sport ini lebih stylish dan lebih sporty. Malah saya berani kata, design model ini mirip dengan GR Yaris yang juga dibawa masuk oleh UMW Toyota.
The Vios GRS was envisioned to give you a fun-to-drive driving experience. To me, personally, the car actually has dual personality. So on your regular daily drive, you can enjoy a comfortable ride with upgraded safety features courtesy of Toyota Safety Sense. And if you decide to take it up a notch, it actually transforms itself into a refined version of the race car. Where the Vios GRS really shines is in its ride and handling. Wheels, tires, springs, and dampers are all working as one, finely developed to provide you a sporty driving experience. I believe the Toyota engineers have went through great lengths to accomplish this. The Vios GRS comes equipped with beautifully designed in black accent 17-inch wheels, and it is actually wrapped with Toyota's Proxus TR1, which is equipped in all the TGR Vios Challenge cars. The responsive 10-speed CVT transmission, now available in the new Vios GRS, provides you that fun factor while maximizing the potential of the engine. Another nice touch with the GRS is the pedal shifters, which replicate a gear shift and allows you to have manual control while firmly keeping your hands on the steering wheel. Even though the Vios GRS gives you that experience of sporty driving, it does not compromise on comfort and safety. Toyota Gazoo Racing has come a long way since 2007, building a strong brand presence within the motorsports community. The iconic GR logo is positioned in many prominent places in the car. You have the seats, push-start button, and the MID, which greets you every time you start the car. I also like how the speedometer is decked out in red with red illumination. For me, the highlight of the GRS interior is the semi-bucket sport seats. They have great hip support to keep me in place when I'm maneuvering around the corners, but at the same time comfortable enough for long distance driving. You can now experience the new Vios GR Sport at selected Toyota showrooms. So book a test drive and experience it for yourself now. Check out for more details at the Toyota website.
It's all about the drive. Cuba sekali lagi boleh?
Last.
Just what on earth is Gazoo Racing? Gazoo Racing is a spirit. The spirit of pushing one's limits. It's more than just a badge, a symbol, or a poster on a wall. Gazoo Racing is Kaizen of competitiveness. It's the rubber hitting the road again and again and again. Fine-tuned on the world's most demanding racetracks. Powered not just by all forms of energy, but also by our passion to accelerate, exhilarate, elevate the Toyota mandate of making ever better cars. Moving not just people, but the human spirit forward. This is our spirit. This is Gazoo Racing.
Toyota. Move your world.
It starts with a belief, a mission, a desire to rise through every challenge with our sights aimed at the sky. We're pushing the limits in the never-ending race towards ever better. Every lap is a discovery of what it takes to accelerate our capabilities. And we're not slowing down. We evolve to satisfy that calling from within. To get the adrenaline racing. To bring extraordinary to the everyday. Take on the exhilaration. New Vios GR Sport. Built to thrill.
beast.
ETA 100. Standing by. Ready to receive. Package acquired. Inbound. 1 click.
Watch out!
That was a close call.
3 minutes to target. Let's burn! Beyond you in 5. It's going to be too close.
It's not over yet.
Clock's ticking. Punching.
Package received.
Whoa, this thing's fast.
Target in sight. The beasts are here. 5, 4.
Now! Nice work, guys.
I'm gonna need some new tires.
Apa khabar Toyota Gazoo Racing fans? Welcome back to our live stream. This is Sepang International Circuit, musim yang ke-6, and this is round 1, race day 2. Dan terima kasih kerana anda semua masih setia bersama kita untuk menyokong drivers kegemaran anda daripada 4 klasifikasi. Ya. So we've got classifications Super Sporting, Sporting, Rookie dan juga Promotional Class. Alright. Jadi kalau boleh kat belakang ni kita tukar jadi Gazoo Racing. Because this is Gazoo Racing, ladies and gentlemen. Baiklah, kalau kita nak ketahui what can we expect for today's race day 2. So ladies and gentlemen, let's take a look at what we can expect. Kita akan mulakan race pertama akan mula 12.15 tengah hari. Race 2 for Super Sporting and Rookie. Kita akan berehat seketika. Dan kita kembali pada pukul 2 petang nanti untuk race 2 untuk Sporting Class. Pada pukul 3 petang, race 2 untuk Promotional Class. Dan selepas itu kita berehat untuk menunggu prize giving ceremony kita. Dan sambil itu Wani Hasrita dan juga Dola akan bersama-sama kita untuk persembahan istimewa Toyota Gazoo Racing Festival. Pusingan yang pertama untuk musim yang ke-6 ini. Jadi teruslah bersama-sama kita. Kepada anda yang berada di Sepang International Circuit, tidak dilupakan anda yang berada di rumah, kita sokong sama-sama Wani Hasrita kembali. Dola pun kembali di pentas Toyota Gazoo Racing. Dan saya pastinya kepada peminat-peminat di luar sana yang menyokong selebriti-selebriti kegemaran anda, kita ada line up yang baru, kita ada yang veteran dan kita ada 5 selebriti yang baru saja bersama Toyota Gazoo Racing Family. Jadi dengan tidak membuang masa, kita nak minta dong, kalau diorang datang sini semua sekali kan, mampu roboh stage ni. Jadi kita nak meminta 3 jejaka yang paling laju pada race day 1. Kita menjemput Syukri Yahya, Ziza Raza dan Ezrin Lloyd. Tepuk tangan sikit, tepuk tangan sikit. Oh, dok. Kalau Syukri datang mesti kita kena peluk sayang, cium-cium sikit.
Yeah.
Dan pemenang race 1 semalam untuk promotional class, Ziza Raza.
Boleh saya bercakap sikit?
Belum lagi.
Sikit.
Sabar, belum lagi. Sikit je.
Tadi saya dengar pelumba baru dengan pelumba veteran. Siapa yang veteran tu?
Veteran ni korang berdua lah.
Kita warga emas tau.
Warga emas, janganlah kata warga emas. Itulah dia, tiba-tiba kita pula.
Kita.
Itulah pasal. Yang kita tahu, yang muda, yang jelita, ini dia Abang Ezrin Lloyd kita. First time kita jumpa kan, dia masa dia muda-muda, dia comel kan. Putih je kan.
Oh, sekarang tak comel lah.
Tak, sekarang comel tapi dah macam sawo matang sebab selalu ride kan. Hello. Okey, kita mulakan dulu dengan macam kita tanya Zizan pada semalam. Luka lama berdarah kembali ataupun rivalry continues?
Of course. Kita continue kan, Syuk
Ya.
Pergaduhan kita.
Ya, semalam.
Tadi okey je.
Tadi okey.
Jangan cerita sini.
Tu dia. Dah keluar dengan cerita sini. Tapi Syukri, semalam you ran a good race. 0.3 saat, 0.5 saat, less than 1 second behind each other. Tapi macam Gina aja semalam. Gina. Jadi ada perubahan ke dalam hati, dalam naluri?
Ambil punya.
Betul, sila.
Dia makin matang.
So,
untuk race 1, season 1, so kita
let lu.
Kita bagi veteran dulu.
Itu dia cabaran luar biasa. Jadi veteran season. Jadi dengan mempenangan kepusingan pertama ni,
bukan
pertama ni anda dah tambah balance dan kita buat reverse grid kan. Jadi kereta anda berat sikit.
Berat.
Jadi strategi terbaru yang cerita tadi?
Okey, macam saya cakap tadi, mungkin satu balas, satu reverse grid.
Yes.
Satu lagi reverse psychology. Itu yang paling penting. Saya akan gunakan semua hari ini.
Yes. Tapi Zizan kata kau tahu strategi tak apa sebab kau punya English tak bagus. Kau ajak betul. Okey, Syukri dan Zizan menyambung rivalry mereka. Tapi Ezrin dari belakang kan, dia tengok dia relax je. Dia ada bagi saya satu line yang istimewa.
Apa
cerita
dia?
sikit, apa line dia?
Duduk tengah. Cerita.
Apa line dia?
Oh,
sekarang kau malu-malu. Sekarang kau malu-malu Cerita sikit.
If you cannot be fast, you be smart.
If you cannot be fast, be smart. Jadi anda dah lihat aksi Zizan dan juga aksi Syukri Yahya, dua veteran di sini. Jadi macam mana strategi anda?
Sebenarnya bang, kalau abang tanya dorang ni, dorang bagus ke tak? Dorang akan jawab main-main. Tapi daripada belakang bang, saya tengok memang laju. Sebab
memang laju.
Masa starting tu, saya boleh ikut dorang. Tapi after a few laps, memang tak boleh nak ikut.
Tak boleh nak ikut?
Tak boleh nak ikut. Terlampau laju.
Zizan.
Boleh saya betulkan sikit? Boleh saya tanya?
Sila.
Smart ke tersemak?
Mana satu?
Sebab tu lah bang, daripada kita semak, baik kita smart, kita relax kat belakang. Kita relax.
Okey, jadi inilah dia top 3 kita untuk race 1. Jadi kita saksikan macam mana prestasi Mesa untuk race day itu nanti. Tepukan untuk Syukri Yahya, Ezrin Lloyd dan juga Zizan Raza. Well done. Dipersilakan. Kali ini aku pandai sikit. Aku pecahkan mereka semua. Kalau tidak, havoc kat atas stage ni. Seterusnya, kita nak menjemput, itulah dia, dua lagi rookies kita. Kalau kira pasal promotional class, kita menjemput Tuan Hefnizan dan juga Imran Akil. Dipersilakan. Kali ini kita menjemput dua jejaka yang dikatakan race day 1 ni, dia orang macam diam-diam je, relax je. Dia orang macam tengah ambil nafas, nak tengok keadaan macam mana. Betul. Katakan baru-baru kan. Okey, Imran dan juga Hefni, saya bawa dua-dua sebab dua-dua DJ. Dua-dua DJ, lepas tu stesen yang berlainan. Saya lebih ke sini.
Yelah, tahulah. Sebab satu sama kan.
Tak ada, dulu aku kat sini. Sekarang aku kat sini pula. Tapi yang penting di sini kita
tahu, Nas.
Apa dia?
Sebab kita compete dalam track dengan luar track juga.
Betul. DJ yang sangat kompetitif. Tapi cerita pasal racing ni, Hafni, saya nak bertanya. Pengalaman pertama, race day 1, anda kelihatan macam, kita tengok macam mana diorang. Adakah ini benar atau tidak?
Tak adalah.
Oh tak?
Tak ada. Veteran-veteran kita, warga-warga emas macam apa yang disebut Zizan tadi, memang laju diorang. Saya pun tengah cari jalan ni macam mana nak potong diorang. Tapi macam Loy kata bagus juga
Laju
If you cannot be fast, you duduk tengah-tengah. You cannot be fast, you duduk tengah-tengah.
Betul. Dan kita belajar dulu kan?
Betul.
Okay, Imran, do you take any perangsang daripada prestasi orang yang kat depan? Kita tengok racing line dia ke, apa pengalaman you as a first race?
Okay, for me bila I tengok orang depan buat, obviously it's a pressure for me jugalah. Sebab kan saya rasa diorang lebih tahu daripada I tahu, so I buat my own way. The most important thing, I just nak beat Fni sebab compete tak ada. Kita nak beat my time je lah.
Macam mana kau boleh menang semalam
Contoh je. Dia letak sasaran pendek je dulu. Hafni dulu, lepas tu yang lain kita kejar.
Yes, yang penting Hafni tu je.
Nampak macam bias korang satu kampung nampak macam bias.
Sekarang hamba. Okay, kalau kira pasal pengalaman dan actually Hafni, you have my experience sebagai seorang rider. Saya tengok you dengan botol besar you, dengan cafe racer you kan. Jadi 4 roda dengan 2 roda ni berbeza banyak
Berbeza. Sebab 2 roda tu kita lebih ke bergambar.
Tapi sekarang ni for real racing
hari daripada semalam kita memang rasa betul-betul macam dah jadi racer siuk kita.
Dan bila dah kat dalam tu dah pakai tu semua, tengah barulah rasa ni racing ni.
Betul, satu experience baru benda tu. Rasa berpeluh-peluh.
Jadi macam mana pula dengan kata-kata buat peminat-peminat di luar sana? Kita boleh dengan Imran dulu. Silakan.
Kepada korang yang support, saya minta maaf pula. Terima kasih.
Yelah, minta maaf. Sebab dia akan corot.
Minta maaf juga nombor 4. Tapi insyaAllah kali ini kita nak rise up balik. InsyaAllah top 3 kita tengok.
Dia akan for top 3. Hafni macam mana untuk peminat di luar sana?
Kalau dia top 3, saya kena top 2 macam tu.
Tu dia.
Maksudnya sekarang kita minta veteran kita bawa slow sikit lah.
Okey. Baik. Terima kasih kepada Imran dan juga Hafni. Silakan. Itulah dia 2 lagi selebriti. Dan kita ingin menjemput wanita-wanita kita. Menjemput Ahirudin, Ain Edrus dan juga our new additions, Rin Rahim dan Afifah. Jeng. Silakan. Kita ada masa yang pendek saja, tapi kita kena beri penghormatan kepada wanita-wanita besi kita. Hey, what's up? What's up? 2 kat sini, 2 kat sana. Silakan. Ada orang pegang belakang-belakang. Wow. Sabar.
Seronok dikepit wanita Seronok dikepit wanita.
Itulah dia yang cantik-cantik pula tu. Tak apa. Bukannya saya boleh simpan masuk poket. Tak apa. Okey, sekarang ni kita nak bertanya kepada Ahirin yang third placing last season. Tapi kali ni bad luck for you. Bila which turn yang tiba-tiba bocor pula tayar?
Okay, so semalam I was having fun until lap ke-7 and then dekat turn 4 something happened.
Tengah cocok-cocok dengan Ezrin
Cocok apa tu? Kami cocok belakang tepi. Tepi. Bukan.
Racing.
We're racing. And then something happened and then my tire got punctured.
Allahu Akbar. So we hope for better luck for Ahirin. Untuk Afifah juga bad luck. Mungkin gemuruh. Tiba-tiba kereta dia burst satu piston pula. Lepas tu menangis kat sana. Saya bila nampak wanita nangis ni, saya pun luluh hati.
Alamak, saya bukan nak menangis.
Betul.
Tapi frust sebab looking forward dah training gila-gila. Training pergi racing school. Lepas tu kita nak betul-betul dah nak race ni. Lepas tu, yelah kita banyak lagi kita kena belajar.
Betul.
So ada mistake sikit kat situ. Tapi hari ni, take it easy, slowly we'll improve. InsyaAllah.
I like this tactic. Take it easy and improve. Kepada Ahirin, kepada 2 wanita kita kat sini, inilah dia atlet negara. Dia tak dapat, dia sikit dia dah nangis. Korang semua, begitu kan?
Betul tak?
Ya, diorang ni, tak masuk lagi.
Abang Nas, jangan reka cerita Abang Nas. Sampai hati
So, Ain kali ni, kita nak bagi peluang kepada rookies ke, memang kita belasah mereka on track?
Sebenarnya, Hafni dah pandang lain macam. Sebenarnya saya nak kejar Hafni dengan kalau boleh Imran lah. Hafni cakap dekat saya, Hafni cakap dekat saya, wanita ni kita patut lindungi, bukan sakiti. Tapi dia yang langgar saya semalam. Dia yang langgar saya.
Ini bukan gentleman. Ini what the heck, man. Sabar. Okey, insyaAllah takkan ada insiden macam tu lagi, Ain. Dan untuk Rin pula, first race you. Macam mana perasaan?
tak dapat kejar Abang Zizan. Dia nak
Itulah
cakap
dia.
dia nak cangkuk dia.
Kau dah kejar Abang Zizan terus?
Korang. Dia cakap berapi semalam. Okey, saya mula-mula dengan Ain, ada plan dengan Ain. Lepas tu I akan potong sampai ke Zizan.
Wah.
Apa
Tapi
jadi?
ada, dapatlah dengan Ain sekejap. Dapatlah.
Dapatlah.
Dapatlah. Tapi sejujurnya, this is my real first time. So,
Yes.
I belajar as long untuk myself. Daripada start day one race training. I janji dengan diri I untuk improve every training until racing first.
Jawapan atlet. Itu dia. Politically correct. I
I
like
tak
it.
nak hampakan diri I dengan cikgu I. So, I tahu level I mana. So, I belajar step by step.
Betul, step by step. Over langkah nanti jadi pisang.
Abang Nas, budak
Pisang
siapa?
jadinya.
Hari ni reverse grid kan?
Ha.
Ain nombor 1 tau. Jadi nak cakap kepada racer.
Tu dia. Baru I nak cakap. Semua berjaga-jaga. Ain Idrus di depan.
Jaga,
And you
ya.
all akan ketinggalan.
Ya, sama ada jadi kepala kereta api ataupun tutup semua.
Okey, itu dia daripada selebriti-selebriti. Tepukan untuk mereka. Ladies, please do your best. Wow, it's getting hot in here on stage. And so, casters, it's over to you. What can we expect for our next race? Let's go. This is Gazoo Racing.
Ready for what is to come. Our second race number 2 for today. Our first race of day 2 is going to be Super Sporting and rookies going up against each other in a reverse grid, Victor.
Yes, indeed. So let's go ahead and talk a little bit about the results of race number 1 here, because there's plenty to kind of update for you guys, really, because there's some official. That's the thing why we always emphasize during these races that the results are provisional, because there's always going to be changes based on results from race control, etc. So yesterday, even though Mitchell Chiao finished the race in first place, unfortunately he had incurred a 10-second time added from race control, and that has dropped him down to 6th place. As we also have a look as well on the drivers on the grid here. John Lei had a slightly disappointing race number 1 because he only qualified in 10th place and finished the race in P7. Hopefully he'll be able to turn his fortunes around in race 2, because we know that he is extremely good at overtakes, and hopefully we'll be seeing a lot of the action coming here today. Then of course we've got to talk about Naqib Aslan, because he is the official winner of race number 1. However, he will be starting in 6th place due to the reverse grid, so there's going to be a lot for him to race to the forward here if he wants to be able to catch the win. And this also provides an interesting sort of dichotomy, because yesterday Mitchell Chiao was the one who was chasing Naqib Aslan and to take the first place during the race. This time around, it's going to be the other way. Mitchell is going to be starting on the front row, and Naqib Aslan is going to be one chasing him, hopefully for the win in race 2.
And on the screen right now are the race introductions. We have went through Super Sporting class, now going towards a sporting class, getting to know all of these drivers. A quick little brief show up of who the faces behind the races. So with that being said, it is going to be a very interesting display of racing here today. In the terms of the drivers are already getting ready, and from what we can see on our screen, it is mostly everybody is standing by on top of the grid already in their reverse grid formation. And in terms of what is to be expected, all of these drivers that have shown themselves here now in the promotional classes are going to be doing their level best to deliver their best attempts at moving forward, at stealing away first position for all of them. That is the intended result for all of our drivers before this, and we do want to inform each and every one of you that we will be showing to each and every one of you what is the points that they are going to be fighting for. And over here, first position will be netting you 20 points, second position with 15, third position with 12, fourth position with 10, 5, 6, 7, and 8 will be in decrements of 2, 8, 6, 4, 3, 2, and 1 for position 8, 9, and 10. Anything below 10 position is not going to net them any points at all. So it's really important for a lot of these drivers to at least hit the top 3 positions if they want to stay competitive.
Yeah, especially, you know, like drivers who weren't able to get a good finish yesterday, like Brendan, Paul, Anthony. You know, he's going to be looking to use race 2 as a way to limit the amount of damage that has incurred for race 1. And I do have to give credit to the Royal 47 crew because they were able to turn the car around very quickly last night. And today the car is perfectly race-worthy. They're going to be able to come out on track here in the North Circuit with all of its 9 turns of glory. Hopefully we'll be able to see Brendan Paul be able to get some sort of top 5. But then that's again, like with a lot of other drivers raring to try to get more points here today, I expect that his job is going to be quite hard actually on the track.
And definitely so. 20 laps around 2,706 meters with 9 turns in total, equivalent to about 54,120 meters. 54.120 kilometers here to be covered by these drivers in 20 laps. And man, oh man, that is just a whole lot of mileage for them to cover up. For those of you in attendance, this is the vehicle that they are going to be racing in. Everyone is going to be using the same stock vehicles. The only difference is the proprietary accessories and of course are going to be of a racing standards. As you can see, TRD exhaust mufflers with the OMP master kill switch and extinguisher switch for safety reasons, of course. Stabilizing bars with the Toyota 2NR-FE engine and the exhaust TRD exhaust manifold. And as you can see, there's a lot of Toyota research development gear here being used within the stock vehicles, and I do believe that this is going to give them the added capability to be able to navigate the very hostile, sometimes very hostile and very treacherous track of the North Circuit here in the Sepang International Track.
Yeah, the Vios cars that are used for the Vios Challenge represent the FIA's safety standards when it comes to its equipment, but also what you basically get when you take a road-going Vios, completely strip out its interior, strip out all the parts that have nothing to do with performance, and just emphasize more on giving drivers the raw experience of driving a race car. And this is a testament to what Toyota Vioses can do. You know, they are not only monsters on the road, they can be monsters on the track as well. So that's going to be an excitement we're going to be seeing here later today. The Super Sporting and the Rookie class will be racing race number 2 here. We're going to be having a look at some of the highlights here to kind of recap a little bit about what happened in yesterday's race here. So the start was really a very, very good one here with both axle cars being able to take the top 2 positions, but all eyes were definitely on Mitchell Chia because he was able to jump onto 4th. This was where Brendan Paul unfortunately got a bit of a tangle with Freddie Ang, causing him to lose control, and a T-bone ended his race right there and then in the first turn of the first lap. But nevertheless, as the race continued, Mitchell Chia continued to do some heroics on track here, battling Eddie Liu for the 3rd position and successfully takes him in T1. Then he had to begin the long and arduous climb of catching up to both Axel Sport drivers, Nakib Aslan as well as Alistair Yong, who was in the lead. In the meantime, in the rookies class, we did see Azriel Azhar being able to lead things until eventually Iman Danish became the rookie to actually win it in his class. Then, by the time that Mitchell Chia was able to catch up Naki Asan, we got to see lots of thrills and spills here, particularly as both of those drivers continued to battle each other, as Mitchell Chia really wanted to gun for the win this season. The overall champion of Super Sporting class have eluded him for 3 seasons now, and he's looking to make season 6 his own here, dispatching Nakib Aslan with relative ease through turn 1. Then he focused his sights on battling Alistair Young for the lead. An incredible move here at turn 4, forcing him off the track, allowed him the opening really to make this final move on the final turn, and that allowed him to cruise away. But when he thought he got it, Nakib Aslan slips in from the inside and actually snatches the lead away, forcing Mitchell to try yet again to battle for the lead. This continued on and on throughout the race here. Mitchell Chia continuing to go in this 2 versus 1 battle between himself and the 2 drivers from Axel Sport. But finally, he did fight back, and he fought back hard. bumping Nakib Aslan with the elbows out, and Aslan, unfortunately losing control, gave Mitchell Chia the space required to cruise to first place in race number 1.
I think that was really impressive there from some of our drivers, especially the ones from Axel Sports that were able to maintain some control within that very treacherous moment. And I do feel that with that being said, it could have been rather disastrous for Nakib Aslan as well as Alistair Yong. Almost losing control in that sense, but were able to actually come back into it. Did manage to speak to some of them, and they did say that it was rather terrifying to have that moment of their lead being taken away from them just from really small mistakes. But luckily, composure won the day and not only improved their positioning, not improved their positioning, but was able to salvage their positioning moving forward. Now, this is the current weather, partially cloudy, air temperature of 31 degrees Celsius with a track temperature of 35 degrees Celsius. So it is going to be rather warm on the track. As you can see, the heat permeates from the track itself. Gives you a rough idea of how warm it is. For those of you in attendance, and of course those of you watching at home, be prepared to move your world with a Toyota. So make sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms, far be it Facebook, Instagram, everything. Do make sure to click the follows, and you will be given opportunities and updates, whether notification-wise, to be able to get that news and development as race progresses.
Here's some stats for you for Mitchell Chia. He has 4 wins in total, 3 of them on the Sepang North track. He had his best finish overall has been in Season 4, where he picked up 2nd place. Now, you know, he missed out actually in Season 5 on taking the Driver Championship by a mere 7 points. You can imagine how heartbreaking it is, you know, to only miss out by just that much. Another dark horse of the competition here, of course, the man on your screen right now, Hayden Haikal, winner of the sporting class back in Season 2, but then now in the super sporting class, he's eked out a overall champion in Season 5 by a mere 5 points. Quite literally the dark horse in that competition, because no one was really pegging him for the overall win up until that final race. Another driver to watch out for is this other driver on the screen right now, William Ho, the one constant in the super sporting class ever since Season 1, and certainly a legend in his own right, driving for Toyotsu Racing. Even despite the fact that he hasn't seen that much success in recent seasons, hopefully things might turn around, given that this will be his 6th year of competition.
And with 6 years of competition, just shows the amount of familiarity with the tracks in terms of the experience that he has been able to garner for himself. Not only has he been very familiar with the Sepang circuit as well, but a lot of what has been the word for it introduced with Sepang being called the main home for Toyota Gazoo Racing. He has been in his fair share of scrapes and bumps in the past, and with the consistency of just being able to just come to Sepang and a little bit more accessible comparatively in terms of distance, it does show that these drivers could actually get their time in here outside of the regimented training schedule.
Yep. Having a look as well on the rookie class drivers in the back of the grid. I kind of feel sad that we haven't been able to cover as much of the rookies as we like. But, you know, Iman Danish has been a regular competitor actually in a lot of other motorsport series, particularly the MSF and the MCS. And being one of the young drivers here in the rookie class, he's certainly looking to add another feather to his cap. A race 1 win for the rookie class yesterday proves that he might just have what it takes. So will he be able to make lightning strike twice again? Well, we'll have to see as our race director, M. Ravin, unleashes the drivers to go on the formation lap, so you know that the race will be starting soon.
M. Ravin there signifying the warm-up lap, this is the practice lap before we get underway. Beautiful shot overhead of the north loop, as we do see on your screen. The positioning of each and every one of our drivers, rows 1, 2, and 3, belong to Mitchell Chia, Hayden Haikal, William Ho, Putradam, Eddie Liu and Nakib and Nur Azlan. Moving on towards the next slide, we shall see rows 4, 5, and 6 belonging to Tukujan Lei, Aaron Lim, Rahul Raj Mayer, Freddie Ang, Brendan Paul, and Alistair Young.
Yeah, and looking at the rookie class right now, Azria Azhar will be starting in the front row. It's row number 7 on the grid here for the rookie class. Alongside him will be Arif Azmi, Yazid Razak, the sim racer, will be alongside Nazmir Aslan, the youngest of the Aslan brothers here, of which there are 3 in the TGR. And he's racing in the rookie class this year in his debut. Elson Yu and Iman Danish makes up the back of the grid here. Iman, of course, being the winner of race number 1, who will have to fight his way through the other rookies if he wants to make a repeat here on race number 2.
And I agree, that could be a successful repeat of what is to come for him, provided that he is able to overcome all the other races. And we have seen time and time again from yesterday's action-packed race number 1 for the super sporting class, as well as the rookies, that these drivers are here to test their mettle and are here to test their capabilities on all fronts. We do see that with them coming out of the final chicane, this is where they are going to be positioning themselves well on the grid and working off towards lights out, and it's go, go, go.
Yeah, and the fact that Hayden Haikal, the past season winner, will be on the front row alongside Mitchell Chia for the start. I'm hoping that Hayden will be able to provide a good challenge going to turn 1 towards Mitchell, because if he does eke out some sort of win here, he can continue to be the dark horse in this competition. But with the Laser Motor Racing squad being just behind the two of them, one mistake in the battle between Mitchell and Hayden Haikal, and certainly Eddie Liu or maybe even Putra Adam will be able to capitalize. So this, with the flag going off, ladies and gentlemen, the red lights will go on, and once they go off, we will start race number 2 of the Super Sporting and Rookie class. It's go time now as everyone pulls away. Danku John actually had to avoid Eddie Liu, who seems to be stuck on the track there, while Mitchell Chia and Hayden Haikal will be side by side going towards turn 1. Just behind them, I believe that's William Ho right now trying to take a draft of the Prima Pearl Auto car, and they're looking like they're going single file, maybe, while Ultra Adam goes around the outside, tries to attack Aiden Haikal from an unusual angle, but still, it is Mitchell Chia who will be able to emerge in front by the time to get to the second turn. The rookies also following very closely behind. It seems like it's a very clean 3 corners so far. William Ho now putting some pressure onto the Axel Sports car of Hayden Haikal. He's going to try to attack him, it looks like, from the inside, going to his turn 4, but Mitchell is already starting to leave them in the dust.
And that is the dust that they will be tasting in as he will be giving them all of it as he moves forward. But we do see that he's holding on to his position may actually be very, very beneficial for him. But the distance between himself and the first 2 cars in jostling for position 1 are still very much in play here, considering. So pace could be another issue. Excuse me, pace could be another factor moving forward for him to consider, as Mitchell Chia still holds on. Hayden Haikal and William Ho now in positions 2 and 3. Putra Adam as well as Nakib Azlan and Tukujan Lei make up positions 3, 4, and 5.
So I think Hayden will definitely be hoping that his teammates Nakib Aslan will be joining them very soon, but that could be laps away here. So for now, he's going to continue to give pressure here towards Mitchell Chia, as we see one of the cars in the background there already making a move. In fact, the 2 cars are going to try to make a move towards turn 1, having a look at the inside as well as Putra Adam onto William Ho, forcing him wide, but look out, Nakib Aslan slips in from the inside here. Now he wants to try to battle his way towards turn 2, but Putra Adam has the advantage. He has a racing line. He has his whole car in front of Nakib Aslan by the time to get to turn 3.
And as they are coming out of that turn, no big position changes here, with the exception of Rahul Raj Mayer improving his position, as well as Brendan Paul Anthony as well, not too far behind him. Other than that, we do see Alistair Young actually climb up from the bottom of the ladder as well, leaving Aaron Lim behind him. Arif Azmi and Elson Liu from the rookie classes as well have been able to move up their positionings respectively, whereas Azriel Azhar, Luke Kawai, as well as Yazid Razak now are suffering from drops of positioning. Other than that, not too many big changes here, Victor.
Yeah, I mean, Iman Damage has only been able to make up the plates so far, but with Liu Kar-wai being his next opponent right now on the track, this is going to be quite a tall order for him, but nevertheless, though, we'll have some faith in our rookies here to show us what they've got. And certainly, Hayden Heikal is giving so much pressure right now for Mitchell Chia, because throughout this entire Kuala Lumpur straight, he has been hounding his tail, in fact, flashing him as well, announcing his intention to try to make a move around the outside, so he's got to watch out very carefully here where he places his car. Mitchell Chia blocks him quite well, though. Looks like he might just have this in the bag as far as defense through turns 1 and 2 are concerned.
And we do see, I think, from the vehicle of Azrael Azhar, a bumper already out and about, and it seems that this could be detrimental towards him picking up the pace. 2 laps already in the books. We don't see any major changes across the board here, but Nakib Nur Azlan now in this position ahead of Putra Adam, putting him on the podium at 3rd place.
Very impressive here to see Rahul Raj Mayer actually making a lot of ground here. He started somewhere in, I think, in the 8th place. Now he's making a couple of places up thanks to having been able to overtake William Ho for 6th position. Now he's just behind Tengku Jan, and given what I've heard from him yesterday itself, that a setup mistake has essentially ruined his first race, so he's looking to try to turn his fortunes around in race number 2, so that will be exciting to see. But Tengku Jan as well as Nakib Aslan, they want to try to chase up the front, and in fact Nakib is already up into P3, so he should be able to try to get close enough to try to support Hayden Heikal in his chase now to take down Mitchell Chia for the win in race number 2. But then again, I think Mitchell will definitely be wanting Tengku Jan to actually catch up here so he can at least get the support of his teammate here, because so far Hayden Heikal has just been given free rein to pressure him all he likes, especially on the Kuala Lumpur straight.
And the Kuala Lumpur straight has been deal breakers for a lot of our drivers here moving forward, as we do see that there's going to be a bit of a technical difficulty here, a bit of cinematic indoor pit view from...
Apologies if you cannot see on the broadcast. In the meantime, though, Putra Adam has just set the fastest lap of the race right now, for 125.7. Mitchell Chia still continues to stay in front of Hayden Heikal as far as we can see from the monitors here. So it looks like he's still being able to keep things alive for him. Now, car 51 with his hanging bumper has been called into the pits now due to a situation with his bumper being completely torn up and dragging on the track right now. So hopefully he'll be able to get things up to speed here for Azrael Azhar and hopefully not affect his race too much. But nevertheless, as we continue to race on right now, Mitchell Chia continues to stay in front of us throughout this race now. Let's see whether or not he will be able to he'll be able to keep this defense going against Hayden Heikal.
As we see from our statistics here, in terms of changes in position, nothing much has been changed, but unfortunately on our end, there is a little bit of a technical difficulty. We are contacting the production staff to make sure that this issue will be given a solution as quickly as we can. Other than that, it will be still Mitchell Chia on 1st position, with Hayden Heikal as well as Nakib Nur Azlan holding on to its positions 2 and 3, and it seems that Action Sports now winning big, as Alistair Young has been able to climb up a relatively good positioning here to be behind Rahul Raj Mayer. And of course, we do see the mechanical flag there for vehicle number 51 moving forward.
Yeah, so William Ho has been able to retake the 6th position from Rahul Raj Mayer and is now the one chasing Tengku Jan for P5. So let's see if that's going to be a good development here. Alistair Young has already gotten past Brendan Paul Anthony as well at the back on the grid here. And Alistair had a technical infringement that disqualified him from race number 1. So that means that today he's going to have to work at his level best right now to see whether or not he'll be able to push himself forward here and hopefully get himself some good points during race number 2. Nevertheless, as we come around to this next series here, Putra Adam has already overtaken Nakib Nur Aslan to retake his position on the podium here, and this is looking like a really bad situation right now for Axel, because Hayden is going to be left all alone to continue to chase Mitchell Chia for the foreseeable future.
And with that being said here, we do see that for some of our drivers, it is still going to be rather difficult for them, especially for Azril Azhar there to be in play. He will have to go into the pits now, and from what I have been told, he is going to be in the pits to properly find the solution, or at least get rid of that extra bit of trimming here. So in terms of how we are going to actually work this out, this could be a huge issue for Azril Azhar's capabilities to be able to race better. But in terms of changes, we do see that Nakib Nur Azlan has already lost out his positioning, and there could be an opportunity for Putra Adam to be able to maintain his position and score back his position away from Nakib Nur Azlan in that moment.
Yeah, so as of right now, Michichia comes across the line, still in the lead right now. Hayden Haikal falling very closely behind, Putra Adam keeping Nakib Nur Azlan at bay and making sure that Nakib is going to be able to support Hayden Haikal anytime. William Ho unfortunately has dropped down to 8th place right now behind Rahul Rajmayer. So this might be good news for Rahul, but not so much for William, as he was in 3rd place up until this point. Now let's see whether or not Alistair will continue this climb, because now being in 6th place here, he's just nipping at the heels of Tengku Jan Lei, but then Tengku Jan has just set a purple sector 1. This is making things a lot easier, a lot harder, I should say, actually, for Nakib Azlan, because now Tengku is certainly trying to bring the chase now to the Axel sports car.
And that could be a case for Nakib Nur Azlan to actually try to overtake Putra Adam, and I think that in that kerfuffle, Putra Adam has been able to get a little bit of advantages over Nakib Nur Azlan, basically separating Hayden Haikal from his teammates from Axel Sports. Tengku Jan Lei now, slowly but surely climbing up from position number 8 to number 7, if I'm not mistaken, now to number 5.
Yeah, now we can see the tussle going on with car number 2, Rahul Rajmayer, attempting to give a good challenge now to William Ho through the final turn. Oh, elbows out there as William Ho almost being forced off the grass, but Rahul does keep his position ahead of car number 3, Freddie Ang. So they now come to the line here. The Royal 47 car, Brenda Paul, is in the meantime staying in front of this and staying out of all the chaos here. But it seems like not only Rahul is starting to make some moves, but Eddie Liu as well, starting to overtake William Ho on the main straight, chasing down car number 33, Aaron Lim, who is having a look on the inside of where Rahul Rajmayer is, but isn't able to find an overtake quite yet.
And this is the exact opportunity for Brandon Paul to be able to take over Rahul Rajmayer in that exact moment. Now, Rahul Rajmayer, despite some very good improvements for his racing ability, Brendan Paul now driving with a vengeance after yesterday's unfortunate incident that did not allow him to finish in race number 1. Definitely is going to be very detrimental, but we do see that vehicle 51 for Azril Azhar crossing the demarcation line and is going to be under investigation. And of course, for vehicle number 80, Iman Danish, track limit warnings has been put in as a reminder towards him. He has to be very wary of observing those particular aforementioned track limits.
I want to see if Putra Adam is going to be able to chase up to these top 2 right now, because it seems to be closing lap after lap. We'll have to see whether or not this will start to turn into a 3-way battle for a lead, because there's still 12 laps to go, so there's plenty of time really for Putra to try to massage out some good lap times here in order to catch up with the rest of the pack. But Tengku Jan in the meantime still not able to get close enough to Nakib Azlan to begin to challenge him, while in the meantime Mitchell has just been defending so well against Hayden Haikal all these laps now. But I think Hayden is also biding his time. He knows that at the very least in the beginning of this race here, as long as he can keep pressure going on Mitchell Chia, hopefully be able to force him to use up more performance on his tires. Perhaps he could try to set things up for a final lap flourish. We'll have to see. But for now, Mitchell Chia still remains the race leader with 12 laps to go.
And that is going to be really important for them to be able to get that lead that they are so desperately looking to to garner for themselves. We do see other warnings as well for vehicles 12 and 47 to Gujanle and Brendan Paul giving warnings by race directors there to make sure that they follow in the track limits, as we do see coming out from the final few turns, turns 7, 8, and 9, these drivers. Will there be any changes in terms of positioning? We shall have to wait and see, as everybody now crossing the finish line.
Yeah, you can see Alistair is practically in the island of his own right now. No cars to draft around. In the meantime, things are heating up a little bit. In the back there is Eddie Liu now. Continues to give chase towards the front of the pack there, keeping his challenge onto Freddie Ang right now. Through turn 1. Looks like he may have already completed the move though before they even got to the braking point. Now can he make it stick though? The Telagamas Toyota car is going to try to attack a little bit from the outside, but unfortunately loses out on speed though. So Eddie Liu completes the move before they get to turn 2, and now it's looking like he's on the way to try to chase up to the front of the pack.
And at the front of the pack now, getting quite a bit of a pacing here. Mr. Chia leading the pack. Not too far behind him is going to be Hayden Haikal and Putra Adam. No changes in terms of their positioning. The Nur Azlan now had a bit of a push and pull from Putra Adam. But in terms of Tengku Janlei, it seems that yesterday had a bit of an issue with pacing. Excuse me, it had a bit of an issue being able to get better positioning, but today his pacing is not only on par, but was able to leave drivers such as Alistair Young and Brendan Paul in the dust for now. Still maintaining spot number 5 overall.
Yeah, car number 51, Azriel Sahara, unfortunately has incurred a drive-through penalty, and that's just going to further add to his woes right now because he's already quite far back from where the rest of the rookies are. In fact, you can already see Mitchell Chia just behind him, about to go and lap him, and I expect that lapping may happen sooner rather than later here because car number 51 has yet to take their drive-through penalty at this point. Now, let's see what Butcher Adam will try to do as Hayden Haikal now being forced to defend a little bit here through turn 1. Perhaps Putra Adams starting to turn up the heat here on the Axel Sports driver?
Yes, it could be the heat here with 10 more laps to go. All this heat is definitely going to bring some smoke as well, as we do see that these drivers now driving a little bit more, with a little bit more risk here, but it still has to be within the safety guidelines, and of course right away has to be observed by some of these drivers here. Defensive driving is going to be rather paramount for these drivers to maintain some of their positioning.
Yeah, so, well, Mitchell Chia is definitely given a little bit more breathing room right now at this halfway point of the race, but he's going to still have to manage his performance at this point because if he still pushes a little bit too hard, maybe he might not have enough performance left in his tires to defend against Hayden should he try to go for a final lap maneuver. At this point, though, with these 4 cars still in possession, I think it is still very much game on right now for the lead here. As long as Butcher Adam continues to keep the heat up onto Hayden Haikal, this is going to force things to be a little bit more interesting as this lap closes on.
Well, the laps are starting to pick up here with 9 more to go. No big changes across the board here from what we see, but we may see something. Oh, a little bit of a collision here, a little bit of fender benders here from vehicle 81, if I'm not mistaken, going up against Mitchell Chia.
No, that's Butcher Adam actually. Car number 63, Hayden Haikal, getting passed by him through turn 1 there. So it looks like Butcher Adam is the new contender now that Mitchell Chia is going to have to face off very soon. So he's going to have to be looking through his rearview mirror thinking that, okay, now I got the space, and now that Hayden Haikal has lost out on speed here, okay, hopefully this is going to be the situation from this point on where the Axel drivers are being held back due to Butcher Adam's heroics here, and this is going to further contribute to Mitchell being able to cruise to the finish here should this be the status quo.
All right, this could be a case here as Putra Adam now may actually have another warning being issued towards him to observe the track limits. We are starting to see more and more for a lot of super sporting classes for multiple drivers to just observe the track limits here. And that being said, this could actually create quite a bit of penalties here, assuming that this could be detrimental towards their positioning.
Well, the thing is, a warning is still a warning. It's not quite a penalty yet, but it's just a reminder to the drivers that have to watch it, especially on the locations that are designated as track limits. Hayden Haikal, challenging his own teammate a little bit. Nakib Noor Aslan tried to go a little bit around the outside, but Hayden is able to recover somewhat. But it is looking a little bit concerning, though, that Hayden is struggling to try to keep up pace with the front two of the pack here, because it seems like he's dropped off quite a bit when it comes to his laps now. So I wonder if there's is there a nagging issue going on with Hayden's car right now that's causing his performance to drop like this. It doesn't seem like this is going according to the plan right now for the Axel Sports team here. Is Nakib Aslan, with this situation here, he's being held back a little bit by his teammate. And, well, if he's not going to be able to get past him anytime soon, he won't be able to challenge Mitchell Chia for the race to win.
Azhar receiving the black flag, meaning that he has to return to the pit immediately. He's going to have heavy penalties here. And I think that he did not observe the first warning to have to go through the pit, and it seems that it is going to be detrimental towards his wishes of finishing this race.
Yeah, very unfortunate here because, again, he had been warned multiple times now to take the drive-through penalty, but unfortunately, 3 strikes and you're kind of out. Disqualification here is definitely not going to be something to be proud about, but, you live and you let learn. So hopefully you'll be able to take this lesson to heart here for today, and hopefully next round will come back better and stronger.
Well, it is an issue for some of our newer drivers here that may or may not have been privy towards what some of these flags may have meant towards them. But in all essences, like Victor has alluded to, it is going to be an important lesson for him to learn for sure.
It's a tricky thing because the drivers should know what the flags mean. I mean, it's literally kind of part of the training to understand all these signals on track, right? Because the communication between race control and the drivers is very, very important. So if the drivers aren't aware about it, I think why even be on track? But nevertheless, though, we'll see what happens in the future, but for now, it looks like a pass may be being set up right now in the future here, because Putra Adam is only about 0.6 of a second behind Mitchell. It seems like he's catching up now, so a new challenger enters the ring. Will Mitchell be able to defend back-to-back here with 7 laps to go? Because if he does stay in front of Putra Adam, he will win race number 2 and make up for the disappointment that was race 1.
And with that being said, with 6 more laps to go for the Super Sporting and Rookie classes, it seems that some of the drivers here for Azhar as well as Freddie Ang may not be finishing, as they are both going to be in the pit. Other than that, there are not going to be any removals of drivers at 14 laps. With 6 more laps to go, that could change, provided that track limit warnings have been issued, reminding drivers to respect the track limits over and over again. So it's only a matter of time before they may be pushing their luck, and it could be considered an infraction here. But for now, it's still going to be warnings.
6 laps still to go. Mitchell Chia continuing to defend his lead of the race here as Putra Adnan continues to give chase. Hayden Haikal and Nakib Aslan, unfortunately, too far back here to continue this challenge, so it looks like they want to try to preserve at least Hayden Haikal's podium position here, because that will still be quite a win, I feel, in Axel Sports' book. And with Nakib already taking the official win for yesterday's race 1, any additional points he can get here at this point is going to be certainly something that will be good for them in the season going forward. But nevertheless, though, all eyes will be on the laser motor driving car number 63 here. Putra Adam, can he catch up? Can he catch Mitchell Chia? 0.5 of a second to catch with 5 laps to go. I think it's certainly doable, but the question is, once he gets up against Mitchell Chia, how is he going to be making that move?
And that move is going to be really important for Putra Adam to be able to steal away that positioning from Mitchell Chia. Mitchell Chia still holding on towards his positioning here, and it seems that with 126.5 With 126 as his average laps from lap 12, 13 and 14, it seems that the pace that's being set by Mitchell Chia is rather interesting. But looking behind for Putra Adam, he isn't too far off here by minus 0.338 in the last lap, and that could be something that could foreshadow an opportunity for Putra Adam here. But 5 laps to go. We've seen some crazier things happen in the last final lap. So could this be a repeat of yesterday, Victor, if that were to be the case?
I would love it if that's the case, to be honest. But we'll have to see, though, because, you know, sometimes lightning doesn't strike twice. That's why, you know, the rarity of these kind of excitement is what really drives us in this sport. Nevertheless, though, Mitchell Chia continuing to keep a good, consistent pace all throughout. I mean, both of them are very much neck to neck. I mean, Adam is less than a tenth faster than Mitchell Chia, which technically is not going to be enough. He needs to be at least a tenth lap here in order to catch him. And finally, with this next one here being 2 tenths faster, he's starting to do it. He's starting to catch up. He's starting to get the toe now from Mitchell Chia. Now the question is, how is he going to make this move? 4 more laps means there's 4 chances to try to make the dive to turn 1. When does he want to do it? Because do it a little bit too early and take the lead from Mitchell. Mitchell will be able to counter-attack the next lap. So, I mean, if anything, Putra Adam wants to leave this last move as late as possible so that Mitchell will have no chance of either making a defense or making a comeback.
And that could be something that they have to be very considerate about him moving forward, mostly because of their positioning here. And remember, first position will be netting 20 points. And as we have said, as we discussed yesterday, Victor, that could be a strong indicator of who will have the strongest advantage moving on towards the next round for Season 6.
Yeah, and you know, with the 2021 Malaysian karting champion behind, and Mitchell Chia also a karting champion and an international driver in his own right, it's really the young bloods. They are driving this race right now. Mitchell continuing to stay ahead of Putra so far. Putra still inching closer, still will get the toe going to the Kuala Lumpur straight, but can he find a speed differential necessary for him to catch him into turn 1? That remains still to be seen as he come across the line right now. Still with the axle poised all the way in the back there. Still no chance for them to catch up here. So it's very much a one-on-one battle right now for the lead of this race, which Adam continues to weave around, trying to find an opening, but it looks like he might have misjudged the situation a little bit, not being able to get the move done there and having to put the car back under control. He still is able to catch right back up to Mitchell's rear bumper by the time he gets to turn 2. So, I mean, again, he's still trying to find an opportunity, trying to find an opening, of which Mitchell is not giving any to him.
And this could be a problem here for Putra Adam if he wishes to take that first position with 3 more laps to go. Time is of the essence. About 7,000 meters plus meters left, 8,000 meters plus left behind for him to be able to actually get back into this race. Excuse me, not get back into this, to try to steal away position number 1 from Mitchell Chia. But we have seen time and time again that Mitchell Chia is not going to be giving up here with the lead that he has been able to just manage from this entire race number 2 for day 2 of the Toyota Gazoo Festival. This could be a very, very interesting proportion of the race that could actually show that Mitchell Chia is getting closer and closer to the coveted championship win that he so much desires.
Now this is going to be a battle to watch as well. Eddie Liu taking the inside here against Rahul Rajbaya. He wants to be able to take back 7th place right now, but it seems like he is able to complete a move, but Rahul now fights back towards him, coming towards turn 8. He's going to try to side draft him a little bit, but I don't think it's going to be enough, though, as Eddie pretty much has this in the back right now. Rahul tucks it behind. He also got to watch out for car number 33, Adam Lim, also taking advantage of the slipstream right now of the 2 cars in front of him in order to try to gain a place. He's going to have a look at the outside. Rahul has a look at the inside. Squeeze off to the edge of the track right now. He squeezes his way into turn 1 in front of Eddie Liu and regains his position.
And with the regaining of a positioning, another track limit warning definitely going to be coming out here. Eddie Liu now giving a lot of pressure on towards Rahul Rajmaya. Rahul Rajmaya back into the game at position number 8 with Eddie Liu. Being able to see position number being able to see position number 8 really relatively well, only for a brief moment here as we move forward.
Yeah, Eddie Liu, of course, he had it seemed like he may have stalled his car at the start, which is why he had basically been starting from the back of the lineup here. But to see that he's been able to climb back up the ranks and get himself up to 8th place now, 7th place now, this looks like a good recovery drive right now for Eddie Liu. As right now with last lap right now for Mitchell Chia to win it here in race number 2. He just needs to be able to keep Butcher Adam right behind him. As in the bracket right now, I think that's Alistair maybe trying to make a move against Kujan around the outside, while Mitchell Chia continues to go towards turn 1. I want to see what happens with Alistair in the car number 22 right now, because it looks like he is starting to give a challenge now towards Kujan. Is he going to be able to complete the move though? We need to see this. Mitchell Chia continuing to run up ahead here. Kujan and Alistair continuing the battle right in the background here. I wonder who's going to be one coming up in front here. As we come across, it's still Alistair just behind Kujan as he come up in the run-up towards turn 4.
Very nicely done there by Alistair Young. Alistair Young now in position number 6, was somewhere at the bottom. Alistair was at the bottom side there and was able to actually push off on towards Brendan Paul, as well as compete with Tekujan Lei. Tekujan Lei still holding on to his position number 5, but it seems to me that for Nakib Aslan as well, still very much comfortable in his position, with Tekujan Lei not making any leeways or any ground here towards capturing that position. However, we are on our final lap. Could it be Mitchell Chia that comes out on top after this final corner? It could be it. Mitchell Chia with the first win of today in the Super Sporting and Rookie class.
Yeah, and that's going to be Hayden Haikal following behind Butcher Adam in 2nd place, Hayden in 3rd. Nakib Aslan takes 4th position. Tengku Jan makes it up to 5th place here in race number 2, ahead of Alistair Yo, who was giving him quite the challenge towards the end of the race. At the meantime, look at that. Rahul Raj Mayer makes it to 8th overall here in front of Eddie Liu. Brendan Paul makes it to 7th place in front of the 2, while Aaron Lim rounds up the top 10 here in spectacular fashion here in race 2.
All right, current time right now seems to me that indicates that it is time to tabulate the official results and go over the highlights in a bit, Victor.
Yeah, it seems to be. And we want to shout out as well to the rookie drivers there. Arif Azmi is the winner of the rookie class here, ahead of Nasbir Aslan. Iman Danish, the winner of the rookie class race number 1, finishes in 3rd place for the rookie class here, ahead of Yazid Raza and ahead of Elson Liu. So, with that said and done, Mitchell Chia now giving some words of encouragement, it seems like, towards Alistair Young there. Also congratulating Tengku Jan on being able to make it up to the front. Looks like he wants to try to make a fist bump out on the track there. But then I think certainly Mitchell will be happy with this result here, because despite the fact that he got a 10-second penalty in race 1, this I think more than makes up for that disappointment here with this win in race number 2.
A bit of a reminder for those at home, Putra Adam as well as Nakib Nur Azlan are going to be under investigation here for exceeding track limits. The warnings have now become an infringement and is considered a violation, and we shall have to wait and see what the official results are after the fact, and we will inform you as the day progresses. But until then, it is the end of race number 2, day number 2 here on the first round of season 6 of the Toyota Gazoo Racing Festival Vios Challenge.
Huge shout out to Mitchell for being able to take the race to win here. I mean, certainly all smiles here today for sure as he gets ready to get onto the weighbridge. But shout out as well to Putra Adam. What an impressive showing for him for the Laser Motor Racing team here today in the first round of Season 6. So let's go ahead and look once more to the provisional results of race number 2. Mitchell Chia of the Prima Pearl TD Racing team has taken the win here in race number 2 provisionally, ahead of Putra Adam from the Laser Motor Racing team. Hayden Haikal, the Season 5 overall champion, takes 3rd place here in race number 2 2 ahead of his teammate Nakib Noor Aslan. Both of them from Axel Sports certainly putting a good cap to the feather after all the heroics that they managed to pull off in race number 1. The Gujan Lei makes up a good P5 finish here for the Prima Pearl TD Racing team. Would have loved to see him a lot higher up, but you know, again, with the disappointment of race 1, it's certainly good to see him back up into the top 5 position. Alter Yong started from the back of the grid, made his way all the way up to 6, continued to tangle with Brandon Paul, who managed to make it up to 7th place right now for the Royals 47 Racing team. Rahul Raj Mayer, first time in Season 6, has finally got himself into the points here for the Mango Racing team. Eddie Liu, despite a botched start here, was still able to recover a drive and at least earns some points here in 9th position for the Laser Motor Racing team. And S&D Tama Motorsports can be proud of their boy Aaron Lim for taking the 10th spot in the Super Sporting class. William Ho from Toyotsu finishes in 11th place, and Freddie Ang unfortunately had to retire for this race due to a technical issue.
All right, for those of you in attendance, this is going to be the rookie class results here. Arif Azmi in first position, Nazmin Azlan in second, and Iman Danish in third. Yazid Razak, Elson Liu, and Azril Azhar make up our final 6 on the lower half.
Yeah. And with that said and done, that is the Super Sporting and Rookie Class Race 2 done and dusted. You can see our rookie pointing it to the sky, number 1, and doing some magic tricks for the camera too. What a trickster. I mean, not only good behind the wheel, but also having some good magic to show off to his fans out there.
Of course, the level of entertainment is still there. Everybody in high spirits. We are going to be looking at the highlights here from the Super Sporting and a rookie class. So for those of you who are watching the live stream, we do hope that you were able to catch all of the action. If not, if you just joined us, this is going to be a quick recap of what just happened in race number 2, day 2 of the Toyota Gazoo Racing Festival Vios Challenge.
Yeah, as we had seen, you know, it was Mitchell Chia who managed to get a good start. Then this was what happened with Azriel Azhar's car there, with the rear bumper being brought all the way out. I think there was some contact as well with one of the other fellow rookies, because I did see some damage with the front bumper on another rookie car. William Ho, despite the fact he started 3rd on the grid there, had some challenges in keeping up pace with the rest of the grid here. Rahul Rajmaya was giving him certainly the run for his money for a lot of this race. Some contact as well for good measure, but Rahul, you know, he had some issues in race number 1. He was way off the pace, and that was largely due to a setup issue. Then this was where Brandon Paul was putting some pressure onto Rahul as well, a bit of a love tap from the back, and Rahul was just constantly trying to fight his way to maintain track position, but with all cars around him just gunning for him, it's a wonder he was being able to avoid all of that chaos.
Rahul Rajmaya there definitely showing a little bit quite the improvement compared to yesterday's performance. In terms of what we have been seeing across the board here, there have been a little bit of contact here, but luckily enough, no major collisions outside from the fact that Azril Azhar as well as Freddie Ang had issues of their own. Unfortunately for Azril Azhar, was one of the first drivers of the day to get the black flag. And Freddie Ang, we will find out later on a little bit more information about why he was forced into the pit and did not finish the race. But until then, we do hope that all of you in attendance as well as watching from home are enjoying the show.
Yeah, and enjoy the show. We certainly did. Hopefully, you know, with the battle that we saw towards the end there between him, Mitchell Chia, as well as Richard Adams, providing a bit of the entertainment towards the last leg of this race here. I mean, Richard Adams dispatching the Axel drivers here, showing that he has a lot of pace, and also got to mention the comeback here that Eddie Liu has been able to stall at the start of the race, but managed to fight his way back into the points, at least limiting some of the damage done in the initial part. But with his teammate Richard Adams stepping up to the plate and taking that P2 position, I think this is hopeful that the Laser Laser Motor Racing will be able to continue this climb here and maybe make a good challenge for the championship in Season 6.
Prima Pearl, TD Racing as well as Laser Motor Racing are some of the biggest winners here, but Axel Sports were able to at least secure 2 positions here, positions 3 and 4 in the form of Hayden Haikal as well as Nakib Noor Azlan. And it has been very exciting indeed here. Rather, what's the word for it? Rather uneventful, aside from some of the did not finishes. or forcing Azril Azhar to get into the pit. For Freddie Ang could be in his own spot as well. We're going to have to find out about that. But until then, we do hope that each and every one of you are enjoying the show thus far. And I do hope that each and every one of you are ready for what is in store. Until then, we're going to be passing it over to Nas. Until then, we'll see you for the next race.
Thank you very much, boys. That was Victor Cax and Nick Harris accompanying you throughout race 2 for Super Sporting Class. And fantabulous, I use a new word there, fantabulous race by Mitchell Chia. Once again, coming in at number 1. So, of course, there's some disputes as discussed by the casters earlier on. So, we'll wait for the official results coming in soon. Congratulations as well to our rookies. RF Azmi, well done, coming in at number 1. And there's also some disputes for number 2 and number 3, Iman Danish and Nazmi Azlan, also making their way to the podium as well. Congratulations, guys. Itulah dia aksi-aksi kita untuk race day 2 ini. Baru saja selesai Super Sporting Class dan Rookie Class. Can see what you want to know what we can expect because we're going to go for a quick break. Kita akan kembali pada pukul 1.45 petang nanti dan kita akan bersedia dengan race 2 untuk Sporting Class pada pukul 2 petang nanti dan pukul 3 petang pula untuk Promotional Class. Toyota Gazoo Racing Celebrities kita akan menaiki jentera mereka dan kita akan merentap antara satu sama lain. Let's see how they perform. Dan lepas itu kita ada satu persembahan istimewa daripada Wani Hasrita as well as Dola. Semuanya berada di sini. Jadi sekali lagi, let's take a quick break. We'll see you 1:45 PM and we shall race at 2 PM. Jangan ke mana-mana.
It starts with a belief, a mission, a desire to rise through every challenge with our sight aimed at the sky. We're pushing the limits in the never-ending race towards ever better. Every lap is a discovery of what it takes to accelerate our capabilities. And we're not slowing down. We evolve to satisfy that calling from within. To get the adrenaline racing. To bring extraordinary to the everyday. Take on the exhilaration. New Vios GR Sport. Built to thrill.
Hey Shukri, how was the ride?
Best! Handling dia best. Dah rasa macam dalam kereta lumba.
Oh, awesome. Let's take the opportunity to introduce this car to our viewers.
Kereta ni nampak lebih sporty kan? Cuba tengok. Tapi sebenarnya, dia telah disuntik dengan DNA Toyota Gazoo Racing di dalam. Desain GR Sport pada bahagian bumper depan, grill dan aero kit membuatkan kereta ni nampak lebih agresif. Penggunaan lampu LED depan membuatkan dia kelihatan lebih slick dan ditambah pula dengan daytime running light membuatkan kereta ni nampak lebih garang. Ia juga didatangkan dengan wing mirror dan door handle berwarna hitam bagi menyerlahkan lagi imej sporty pada kereta ini. Di bahagian belakangnya pula, kombinasi lampu LED yang kelihatan lebih slick dan didatangkan pula dengan spoiler dan aero kit berwarna hitam dan untuk menjadikan satu kereta sport yang lengkap, yang ini mahal. Emblem GR Sport diletakkan pada kereta ini untuk menyerlahkan lagi identiti kereta ini. Jadi, kini anda memiliki peluang untuk memiliki model kereta Toyota Gazoo Racing milik anda sendiri. Secara keseluruhan, untuk design language model Vios GR Sport ini lebih stylish dan lebih sporty. Malah saya berani kata, design model ini mirip dengan GR Yaris yang juga dibawa masuk oleh UMW Toyota.
The Vios GRS was envisioned to give you a fun-to-drive driving experience. To To me personally, the car actually has dual personality. So on your regular daily drive, you can enjoy a comfortable ride with upgraded safety features courtesy of Toyota Safety Sense. And if you decide to take it up a notch, it actually transforms itself into a refined version of the race car. Where the Vios GRS really shines is in its ride and handling. Wheels, tires, springs and dampers are all working as one, finely developed to provide you a sporty driving experience. I believe the Toyota engineers have went through great lengths to accomplish this. The Vios GRS comes equipped with beautifully designed in black accent 17-inch wheels, and it is actually wrapped with Toyota's Proxus TR1, which is equipped in all the TGR Vios Challenge cars. The responsive 10-speed CVT transmission, now available in the new Vios GRS, provides you that fun factor while maximizing the potential of the engine. Another nice touch with the GRS is the pedal shifters, which replicate a gear shift and allows you to have manual control while firmly keeping your hands on the steering wheel. Even though the Vios GRS gives you that experience of sporty driving, it does not compromise on comfort and safety. Toyota Gazoo Racing has come a long way since 2007, building a strong brand presence within the motorsports community. The iconic GR logo is positioned in many prominent places in the car. You have the seats, push-start button, and the MID, which greets you every time you start the car. I also like how the speedometer is decked out in red with red illumination. For me, the highlight of the GRS interior is the semi-bucket sport seats. They have great hip support to keep me in place when I'm maneuvering around the corners, but at the same time comfortable enough for long distance driving. You can now experience the new Vios GR Sport at selected Toyota showrooms. So book a test drive and experience it for yourself now. Check out for more details at the Toyota website.
It's all about the drive. Cuba sekali lagi boleh?
Last.